Hey guys, welcome to Talking Star Wars. I'm as always your host, Shannon. Let me get to the chat, and then I have somebody special waiting for me. And obviously, go subscribe to my guest, I almost said Dustin. My brain's asleep. Sorry. Grab your snacks. Yeah. I know you know who the guest is. Told you earlier. I know, I've been ready since like 3 p.m. or something. Did like a little video, and then I said I was doing this earlier. Heck yeah, a Trell. I feel like that's pretty much all. Okay, you guys. Everybody meet Ghostie.
What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great night. Thank you for having me here, Shannon, and we're gonna have a great conversation.
Heck yeah. Here, I will share my screen to the tier thing.
Sweet.
I know I did it like twice earlier because I accidentally deleted the tier thing, and then yeah.
Oh, shit happens. I mess up with shit all the time.
So yeah. I got the ghost face category, like who we think, even though it's gonna be tough.
Right.
Because like we haven't got the second trailer yet, so it's like, is Anna Camp? Is she not? Red herring. I know, it's like funny, like we have not seen Anna Camp in the trailer yet, and it's like she's one of the most popular actresses ever, maybe.
Yeah. I do think it's interesting that they decided to do that. I do expect to see her show up in the second trailer. If she doesn't show up in the second trailer, then that's really, really interesting.
I think she dies, but I will get into that soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a video on it earlier. Then you have the survivor, who we obviously know is probably going to be Sid and them. Dead. And then like a to be determined, like we won't know until we see the movie kind of thingy.
Right.
Yeah, and I kind of put them like in family order, like Sid and them.
Okay. I see how you did that. That's cool.
And then like even Kirby and Jill, I even put too. Jill. And Randy, I even put too, because who knows if they're gonna bring him back? Because like we got potentially Billy, maybe Stu and Roman.
Right.
So it's like, who knows if there's gonna be another killer?
Yeah, I actually said something about that in the summer in regards to Randy. Especially with Chad and Mindy coming back, that would be really cool if we got a Ghostface phone call using Randy's voice to fuck with them. That'd be really cool. That'd be a nice way to pay homage to Randy. I know people want Randy to be the good guy, but let's spice this shit up a little bit. That'd be pretty sweet. I mean, if you're gonna do it with Dewey, because that's what it sounds like they're doing with Dewey. So why not with Randy, right? Like that would make sense. Yo, what up, Dom? Hope you're doing all right, man. I'm gonna have to get caught up with you here, man. It's just been crazy. It's been busy. It's holiday season, long hours at work, and I'm just like blah.
True, like isn't it like a week and 4 days until Christmas?
Something like that.
Yeah, 11 days.
Yeah, 11 days until Christmas. Yep, a week and 4 days.
I'm done all my shopping earlier.
Yeah, I still gotta go out and do mine, but I already know what I gotta do. Everything's easy for me, so it's just like no sweat.
Heck yeah. Okay, so first we have Sydney. Like, do you think that she's surviving? Will they do something stupid?
No, they're not. I'll say this here now. She's never going to die unless they give a real good reasoning to Nev Campbell as to why the character should be killed off, and Nev would agree to it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to do anymore, and I want Sydney's legacy to go out this way. It's never going to happen, So she's definitely going to be a survivor. She's the franchise final girl, and we know that Scream 8 is going to be picking back up in Pine Grove. So she's like she's the easiest one. She's like the automatic click. Yeah, she's a survivor. She's not dying.
good. I know, I don't think so either. Unless something weird happens, like some people have theorized, including myself, that Tatum could even be a ghost face.
I see where some people say that. I know I've seen a lot of people pointing to the villain poster that
Yeah,
was on her wall in her bedroom and stuff. And I can understand why people maybe get that idea in their head. My thing is this. I would have an issue with it because then what are you doing different? It's another family member who's a killer.
yeah,
So, and then you'd have to be like, okay, so what is her motive? If her motive is because her mom lied to her about who her real dad is, I mean, are we as fans going to be acceptable with that motive? I don't think so. So I think they're setting it up for Tatum, depending on how Scream 8 plays out.
yeah.
I think that they're setting Tatum up to be the new final girl going forward, possibly. Um, I actually think that they are going in a Scream TV series style direction in regards to the Pine Grove setting. We're getting a story in back to back movies, back to back seasons, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And I can see Tatum's character kind of being like an Emma Duval character. And we've seen, in Scream the TV series, Emma Duval's character, she wasn't really the main focus up until the middle of the season. We had to go back and get to know her mom, Maggie, and all these other moving parts before they really focused on Emma. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And then obviously season 2 was more about Emma and her trauma and her, distrust of her mother, because of the secrets and the lies and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? I can see Tatum being a survivor. I don't think she's going to be a killer. I think she's right there with her mom. I think she's going to be a survivor.
Heck yeah. It's good
Yeah,
because
man.
Tatum is
It's
next.
just got a fun time, man. It's just rough. Like I said, with holidays, it would most likely be after the holidays when we can all link up. So I should have more time then. It's just been really rough because every shift is 10 hours or better, and it's just like, it's constantly fucking busy, and I'm literally in there from the beginning of the day all the way to the end of the night. Like I don't get out till like 12:30 at night. So
Wow.
it's like, yeah. So by that time, I'm tanked out. I'm ready to come home, shower, smoke a little bit, and go to sleep. You know what I mean? So trust me, I can't wait for holiday season to be over because then I won't be needed every shift for 12 hours.
True. Okay, how about Mark Evans? Ghostface? What? Like,
Yeah, this is one of the more interesting ones.
can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Dude.
When Dewey talks and like Mindy hits Ghostface, I think it like is like the same place of where Mindy hits Ghostface of where Mark Kincaid has like this bandage too. So maybe it's like a hallucination or something, and it's really Mark that, like, I know we see it's Ghostface,
Hmm.
but it's like some people have pointed that out. I guess that maybe Mindy hits him because of like the bandage
Yeah.
thing.
Um, I don't think Mindy is battling Mark as Ghostface in that moment. I think actually whoever it is going to be a female. Whoever's underneath that Ghostface costume is relatively short. They're shorter than Jasmine Savoy Brown. That's something that I saw. Now, granted, could it still be a guy? Absolutely. But I just feel like if it is going to be a guy, they would make him 5'5", 5'6", like kind of like Charlie Walker's height or better. Like I just don't see that being. I'm saying Joel McHale. I think I want to say he's what 5'10" between. He might even be taller than that.
I can look it up like if you want.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think when he gets that band-aid, that scar or whatever, that comes from being attacked in the house. Because in the trailer, when the lights go out, we see he's standing across from Sydney, which tells us that the attack is about to happen. So I think he ends up going out in the hallway or whatever, and maybe investigating or doing whatever, and Ghostface creeps up on him, knocks him over. That's where he gets to cut, and then chases Sydney and Tatum in the panic room, and so on and so forth. But we do also see in the trailer that he gets attacked, and it looks like he gets stabbed, and he looks like he gets killed. So I think it would be really easy to say, yeah, he's dead, but that just doesn't, something about that doesn't sit right to me. And also, we don't know if they're even going to keep that in the final cut of the movie. That just might be in the trailer and then not show up in the movie at all. But either way, let's say it is in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about that, because I just think, why would you automatically show that in the trailer? So you're automatically telling us we're not going to get any real backstory, or we're not going to get any real time between Sydney and her husband. We're not going to get to know him like that. You just show us that he's basically going to get killed off. And that sounds like, that looks like a fake out or something more to me. So for me, I would put him in red herring.
Heck yeah. And maybe dying category? Maybe.
I think you would put him in. I actually would put him in to be determined.
Yeah, I'll put him in both because I got like double pictures.
Yeah, I think that we can put him in to be determined, because, again, you can even put him in dead too, because he literally fills out 3 spots. You know what I mean? Because we see that he is dead in the trailer. He gets killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's just the way they go about it, and the fact they showed it in the trailer, I'm not convinced. Like, it's just something's not right there. So you can put him in to be determined, dead, and red herring, because he's all of the above. He's all of them.
I only got 2 pictures of him, but okay.
Oh, it's all good. We'll keep him in red herring and to be determined. It's all the same if you ask me.
And he's 6'4". I just Googled it.
Oh yeah, see, yeah. That, just like if you go back and watch Scream 1996, when Stu goes to stab Billy, the fake out scene, you can clearly tell whoever's underneath the Ghostface costume has some height on them. Kind of mimics Matthew's height a little bit, because Matthew's 6'4". So yeah, that in that scene with Mindy, that's definitely somebody shorter. So it couldn't be Joel McHale. It wouldn't make sense.
Heck yeah. How about Gail?
She's gone.
Heck yeah, I think that she is as well. And I actually got a really fun / sad idea. What if whomever, like Stu, for example, uses the Ghostface Dewey voice, and he's like, and like says something like, "You weren't there when I died. Now it's time for you to join me," or something.
Right. So, then, yeah, that would be really cool. I think if you're gonna have Dewey talk to Sydney, you have to have Dewey give Gail a call too. Obviously, it's Ghostface, but you have to have Ghostface use Dewey's voice to call Gail as well. I don't think it would really make much sense if you did it for Sydney and not Gail. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab this food real quick. And then we're gonna pick back up on this.
I'll be here. Yep, I'll be here. Yeah, I think so too, Donald Ding Dong. I think Gail is gone, like I said, to Ghostie. Maybe she even, I'll wait until Ghostie gets back. Here, I'll even play music like in the background. Like this kind of thing. I forgot that I had that as a tab thing. Heck yeah. I'm surprised DJ's not here. Then he would have counted the Dumb Fund. Who's next? Oh yeah, Dewdrop. Yeah, too bad DJ's not here. Go DJ. It's our DJ. I have like no clue of how to do like any effects, or else I probably would have done some kind of like smoke or fog or whatever, and then did that in the background. But I'm doing a green screen thing. And the ghost base is literally right here somewhere. Okay, right there. And I was singing, I always feel like somebody's watching me. So, who's next? Oh, yeah, Dewdrop. Gail. Heck yeah. Go DJ. It's our DJ.
All right, we're good to go.
Heck yeah. So we
Yeah.
think Gail is dying, right?
Yes, I do. I think it's time. I can't see her making it to Scream 8. I don't understand. It wouldn't make much sense for her to make it to Scream 8, especially if we're finally focusing on Sydney and we're going to transition to focusing on her daughter. We don't need Gail anymore. And I hate to say that because she is such a legendary character in this franchise, but time's up. It should have been up in Scream 6. Like, now I will say this. As much as I think she is dead, I'm really interested to see what they are going to do with her character going out. Like, I want to know, did she ever get around to making that book about Dewey?
Yeah.
I also want to know, did she make a book about the events that took place in New York? So there's some things we can't just have her get killed and not give us some of these things that I just mentioned. You have to give us some backstory, especially in regards to the Carpenter sisters and the Meek Martin twins. What happened in the aftermath that led the Meek Martin twins to basically pair up with Gail? You know what I mean? And stuff. And but at the end of the day, for me, Gail's gonna die in this movie. I think it makes sense. If it is Stu Macher, I would prefer it would be Stu because remember in the original it was Stu who is basically meant to kill her, but he didn't succeed. Remember when Billy says to him, "I thought she was dead. She looked dead, man. Still does." So it was Stu's job to ensure that she was dead. You know what I mean? And she wasn't. So Stu's got to get that lick back. The same with Dewey. You know what I mean? That's why I always feel like in that scene in Scream 5 when Ghostface is killing Dewey and people can say, oh, Ghostface is responding to Dewey saying not today. I'm saying Ghostface saying yes today is Stu saying yes, today you die because I didn't get to do it I didn't complete the mission in 96. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think Gail's going to join Dewey and as sad as it's so sad because you never really want to say goodbye to these characters.
Yeah.
But sometimes, for the betterment of the franchise, you have to. And Gail is the perfect example of, for the betterment of this franchise, for it to make sense, she has to go down. She does. You can't keep having her live. Like, I'm sorry, you just can't. After all the fucked up shit she's done, it is only anticlimactic and right for her character that she bites the blade.
Yep. Or maybe she sacrifices herself for Sid and then dies that way too.
I can get down with that because I'm down with her going out as a hero.
Heck yeah.
I'm not saying, and that's my thing. I think she should go out as a hero. She shouldn't go out as a villain. You know what I mean? Because then you're not really giving that character the proper story arc, in my opinion. What do we know Gail as? Gail has always kind of been an antagonist.
Yep.
In her own way, she's always been an antagonist. There has been glimpses of her being a protagonist, but the antagonist side of her always outweighs the protagonist. So in this movie, it'd be really nice to see, especially if they are going to kill her, if they go full protagonist for Gail. No more write and stab movies, no more write and stab books. The last book she wrote was about Dewey, was about a small town sheriff in a town named Woodsboro.
Heck yeah.
It'd be great.
Apparently, according to King Matthew, Courtney has been wanting to be out of the franchise since Scream 4.
I didn't know that.
Me either.
That's interesting. I wonder why. I wonder why she wanted Gail's character to die in Scream 4. That's interesting. I wonder
Heck
if there's like a quote or an interview out there of her talking about this because I mean she has other things and stuff like that, but like when you think of Courtney Cox, you think of Scream.
yeah.
So it's like and Friends,
Heck yeah.
and Monica, Monica or whatever
Yeah.
and shit. But that's really fascinating. I never thought that she would be okay, with wanting Gail to die, especially that soon. That's interesting. Maybe that makes sense as to why that was what the closest in Scream 4. That was the closest that in Scream 6. Scream 4 and 6 maybe have been the closest we've seen Gail to dying.
Yes.
So Dom, Scream 7, Gail dies tonight. Yeah, right?
Heck yeah.
It's going down. I'm interested to see how it's going to all play out.
Heck yeah. Okay, how about Mindy? Do we think she lives, dies?
Finito, she's finished.
Heck yeah, I think even Craven hated her. Or
It's
just
not
like,
that I don't hate. It's not that I hate her. I don't see. I don't see the purpose for the character. I think Chad has a better story arc. Especially what he's been through the last two films. I look at Mindy as just, I get it that she's supposed to be the new Randy, but you just don't feel that with this character. You know
no.
what I mean? And stuff. And I don't know. I did not like how in Scream 6 when she gets slashed on the arm, she's like very overreactive, like, like as if she got stabbed in the heart or the stomach or somewhere serious
Yeah.
and stuff like sometimes Mindy is a little too over exaggerative. Now, I do like the fact that she's a stew truther. I do like the fact that she put that little nugget in there, but I just feel like Chad's the better character. You know what I mean? And I just feel like Mindy, like, unless Kevin, because this is the thing though, Kevin loves Jasmine Savoy Brown and loves Mindy's character.
Yeah.
So we could all go into this expecting her to die, and he fuck around and kills Chad and start building an arc for Mindy, which I would be okay with if it's Kevin mainly writing for that character. You know what I mean? Because, and this is no offense to James Vanderbilt or Guy Busick, I felt like they wrote Mindy's character. It was dog shit. Just calling it for what it is. She's very over exaggerating, very annoying. I feel like if you want her to be the new Randy, especially let's say if they do go in a direction of killing off Chad, if you want her to be the new Randy, you got to make us feel like she's the new Randy. You got to make us like her. You got to make us love her. We all love Randy. Still to this, there's still people to talk about. Let's see. Hopefully, we get to see Randy in Scream 7 or hear him in Scream 7.
Yeah.
You're not saying that about Mindy's character. You hear that about Chad's character. People love the fact that Chad's going to be in this movie.
Yep.
Not so much Mindy. So I do think she's going to die though, because I just personally think like her character out of the twins is the weakest. And again, do you think she's going to give the rules this time? I don't think so. I don't. Because this story isn't surrounded. This story isn't about the newer characters, the newer characters that came in Scream 5 and Scream 6. It's about the legacy. It's about the old school. And in my opinion, in regards to the rules of how this, a franchise is circling back to its main franchise player, I don't think she would know the rules to that. I think somebody else would, somebody old school, maybe like a Gail, maybe like a Sydney. What if Sydney gives the rules this time? You know what I mean? Like, I'd be fucking nuts. Or I've even pitched the idea of Ghostface themselves talking about the rules on a phone call. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like, so I just don't see Mindy really serving a purpose. Calm down.
I guess your dog's excited about Mindy probably dying.
He just won't leave. He won't leave the girl alone. just wants to play around all the time. Just wants attention. That's all it is. Sorry, man. You're good.
King Matthew says, Courtney said dying in 4 would have made the film different, but Wes Craven wanted Gail to be alive.
It definitely would have made the film different. I mean, I that would have been a cool way for her to go out. I wouldn't. I mean, if you would have made it right, like if Wes didn't have intentions to keep her alive like he did, yeah, it definitely would have made that film different. I think that would have made the film stand out even more, especially at the box office. You know, because when Scream 4 came back, a lot of audiences who went to see it and a lot of fans, die hard or just casual, they were fatigued with seeing these three survive all the time. You know what I mean? We all know Sydney's not going to die, but then you're not going to kill Dewey or Gail neither. So why were we going to keep doing these? It's getting old. That's why so many of the Scream fan base has been so receptive of the newer movies, because they were focusing on newer characters and different people outside of the OG3 and stuff. So, yeah, you know what I mean? That definitely would have made Scream 4 different if they would have, took that risk of killing Gail in that movie.
Heck yeah, I've been doing comparisons to try to find the original scripts, the original drafts. And Sid and Cotton were supposed to die in Scream 2, apparently.
Wait, both Sid and Cotton?
Yeah, at the hands of the Derek and Holly one, because they were supposed to be the killers.
So I wonder if so basically there wasn't supposed to, Sydney's story wasn't supposed to go beyond Scream 2.
I guess not, unless something changed, because I read parts of the Scream 3 when it mentioned Sid, so.
Hey, it makes sense to me. I think they made the right move, extending the story with Sydney. She's the money, she's the star. Nev earned her right to be the franchise. You know what I mean? So I'm glad they didn't go in that direction, because, I mean, let's really be honest. Like, when you really think of the first 3 movies, it's a really great story. It really is, from start to finish, and stuff between Sydney, Maureen, and Roman Bridger. So I mean, I'm super fast. I'm fascinated about that too. I can't wait to see what the hell they're going to do with Scott in this movie. It's going to be so
right?
much fun.
It's confusing. I think he's going to be an AI voice. Same with maybe Billy if he's back too.
I also think he could show up in a dream, just like Maureen did.
Yeah, like a Marine sequence.
Oh man, I forgot to tell you something, Sydney. Like fucking with her and shit. Like, oh man, it's going to be so much fun.
Heck yeah.
Dom saying, I only know Courtney Cox from Friends, Scream, and Masters of the Universe. Yeah, I know she's got that. I don't know. I think it got canceled. It might have been, or they just might be done completely. But I know she did The Shining Veil. She's done some other shit too. Ace Ventura. Yeah. Ace Ventura. Yeah. I forgot about her being in Ace Ventura. Let's go. So she's still got her thing. Courtney Cox, but her main thing will always and forever be Scream and Friends. That's what she's known for.
Heck yeah, I'm doing Friends reactions on my channel too, just as a random thing.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to crop out as much because YouTube sometimes hates people.
Right. I know what you mean.
Yes, I agree. Mindy is gonna die by the blade.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm super excited to fuck up this shrimp fried rice I got. I love me some Chinese food. I do.
But yeah, Dom agrees that Mindy's gonna die by the blade at the coffee shop, it looks like.
Yeah, I think that scene could be where she does die, especially when you see Chad looking in awe and shock. I could see that.
I know, that's what I mean, Dustin.
Go back to that previous message. That previous comment. I think that was before. No, it came after this one. I think it was from King Matthew, saying about Gail should have died in Scream 6. No, I seen something about Scream 6, or maybe I'm just bugging out. Maybe I'm just I'm tweaking. I don't know. Let's proceed. I must have misread.
Maybe it was down more than
Hold on. I keep forgetting I can check over here on my end too.
Mindy. Oh, I found it. I think this one. Mindy should have died in
Yes.
Scream 6.
Yes. King Matthew saying Mindy should have died in Scream 6. It's even more weird that Ethan helps her off the train when he was one of the killers. Yeah, this is just a bunch of fuckery going on in Scream 5 and Scream 6. I always say that when you go back and watch those movies, they didn't really deeply think about not only the story they were trying to tell, but making sense of certain things. Like, prime example in Scream 5, when Richie says to Sam, okay, what's next in regards to looking for help? And Sam says, I know the person to go to. And they go see Dewey. Well, how the fuck do you know where Dewey lives? You haven't been in Woodsboro for 5 years. On top of that, in between that time, Dewey and Gail moved out of that house and moved to New York. You know what I mean? So how did you know where Dewey's trailer was? Like, just little tidbits like that just drove me insane with those two movies. It's like, yo, this shit don't make sense. We didn't have these issues before. You know what I mean? Like, why are you guys doing too much? They did too much, you know, and I agree with King Matthew. I think Mindy should have died in Scream 6 as well. It is definitely weird that Ethan helps her off the train when he was one of the killers. That just wouldn't have happened back in the day with Kevin Williamson or Wes Craven. And I think, and this isn't, you know, a detriment to Guy Busick, but I think that's why Kevin decided, I want to be co-writer with you on this movie. Because I do think he looked at the last two movies and looked at the script and even looked at the script for this and was like, okay, I like the premise, but this needs edited and this needs broken down and we need to compact it this way. You know what I mean? And stuff. So, yeah, I agree. Yeah, they did a lot of shit that didn't make sense, you know, in Scream 6, like giving away who the killer was within the first 15 minutes of the movie. And I'm not talking about with the reveal of Jason Carvey. I'm talking about when Quinn's talking to Tara and she talks about her brother getting killed. It's like, well, yeah, now I know you're Richie's fucking sister, Dingbat. Thank you for telling me. You know what I mean? Like it was so obvious. It was so easy. I just remember being in the theater with my buddy because we caught the early showing, the Thursday showing. And I remember seeing that scene, and I'm just like, and I just literally just did one of these. and my buddy's like, what's wrong, bro? And I'm just like, she's the fucking killer. She just said it. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, she talked about her brother being killed. Richie Kurtz was killed in Scream 5. That's Richie Kurtz's sister. I'm telling you, watch what happens. You know what I mean? Like, it's stuff like that. We have to avoid that in this next movie, and I think Kevin will do that.
Heck yeah. I know my nephew, he recently watched like all the movies and he's 11 and he only picked up Ethan, but he never thought it was Quinn.
He was so easy to do.
Or William Bailey or whatever.
Yeah,
that's also what my nephew
did. They gave it away literally in the middle of the movie, and then after the movie laughed about how, yes, we made it obvious they were the killers.
Heck yeah.
No, that doesn't make it a whodunit. The Bailey tears. You fuck with my family, you die. Yep, he's a killer. The fake ass tears. Come on, bro. Like it was too easy.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Ooh, I actually like that, especially with the rules. Yeah, I agree. To be honest, if they wanted a new Randy, it should have been Richie. I would have preferred Richie to be a survivor instead of the killer. I agree. That's why, like, I guess I tried to freeze my mind out in Scream 5 of him being the killer, the whole boyfriend being the killer angle, because I didn't think they would do that again. You know, and I liked his character. And then they did it, and I'm just like, man, he's so much better as not a. That's how I felt about Mickey Altieri.
Yep.
As good of a killer Mickey was, I liked him being kind of Randy's sidekick, you know, with the movie stuff. I liked him being a regular character enough to where I wanted him to be a survivor and not a killer. So, Yeah, I like that assessment with Richie. I would have preferred he be a survivor too, but unfortunately, we didn't get that.
You want to know what else I feel like I realized while watching Scream 5?
What's that?
Liv asks, like, when they're at the Meek Martin house, Liv asks who Stu Marker is, and Dewey's like, is. Like,
Yeah, he speaks
so
of
it's
him
like
in the
that
present
hinting
tense.
that Stu is alive, or where they
Right,
talked about the Stab universe back then.
right. Exactly. He speaks of Stu as if he's alive,
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's like, okay, many people could sit there and say, oh, well, he's just speaking like in figurative of speech. And I get that. But at the same time, he's also speaking in present tense.
Yeah.
He didn't sit there and say Stu was a real Looney Tune. And this is something that I'm actually going to talk about. Oh, yeah, this is something that I'm glad we're on this discussion because I wanted to make a video about this and it kind of like slipped my mind with everything else going on. But I'm
Yeah.
going to make a video about this with you. Some of you guys are going to get a little bit of a sneak peek early or whatever. How the fuck would Dewey know that Stu is a real Looney Tune? Dewey was knocked out the entire time when the reveal took place in Scream 1996. So he wouldn't know that Stu was a fucking nutbag. Like, he wouldn't know he was a nutcase. You know what I mean? He wouldn't know anything about that. So saying Stu is a real Looney Tune, that tells me you have had to witness Stu being a fucking a Looney Tune.
Yep.
So that tells me this would have had to have come after the fact. Maybe Dewey went to go see Stu in lockup somewhere. Hey, Dewey. And shit. Like, you had to have witnessed this man being a real fucking Looney Tune. Like, you can sit there and say, oh, well, he did date Dewey's sister Tatum. So in regards to him being a Looney Tune, he can sit there and say he could be referring to Stu as kind of like a goofball. But there's a difference between being a goofball and a Looney Tune. You know what I mean? Like, so, Like, I don't know. I think there's definitely more to it than that in that regard.
I think
Doesn't make
Dewey
sense
is gonna.
that Dewey said that. Like, he's a real Looney Tune when Dewey was got stabbed in the back and was thought to be dead the whole time on the porch.
Ooh, that's a nice one. I think that Dewey is going to give the royals in Scream 7 through a Dewey tape, just like how he gave the royals in 5. What do you think?
I mean, it's possible. What if on that tape, he's not only giving the rules, but like before giving the rules, like, because Dewey was just drunk, right? So
Yeah.
what if Dewey is drunk in this moment while giving the rules, and he's vulnerable in this moment, and that's what leads him to say what he says to Sydney. All your friends die, or your friend, anyone who gets close to you die for just being close to you, or whatever he says and stuff. Like, I can easily see them making that moment, especially with Dewey and his alcohol problems. I can see Dewey saying that in that moment. You know what I mean? We're all sitting here thinking it's the killer using Dewey's voice when really it could be a tape from Dewey giving the rules, but he's also drunk and kind of scolding and lecturing Sydney in a way. You know what I
Ooh.
mean? And stuff like that. Like, that's interesting. I mean, I think he could, you know what I mean? But think about it again like this. If Dewey is going to give the rules in Scream 5, like, granted, it could be a tape, but that's my thing. Like, because he did say it was different. It felt different in Scream 5.
Yeah.
But I just feel like if it was going to be a tape, okay, so if Dewey's going to have a tape, then that tells me, in my opinion, he had to be working with Kirby and the FBI because he knows there are more Ghostface out there. He knows there are more killing sprees that are going to take place. You know what I mean? So if they do go in this direction, they have to tie that in. They can't just make it seem like he knew that killing spree or he's talking about that killing spree and he just magically thinks more are going to come. Or he didn't think he was going to survive that one in Woodsboro. You know what I mean? So I like it, though. I mean, it'd be cool. You know what I mean? See Dewey give the rules again. As long as they do it right.
Yeah. Oh. I accidentally spoiled Dewey's death to my brother. Oh.
I mean, the trailer gave it away anyway.
Yep.
It literally did. I remember seeing the Scream 5 trailer. I remember seeing him, loading the bullets, walking in the hallway, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just like, yep, he's gonna die in this scene. They're gonna fucking kill him. Yep. I'm just like, yep, I see it. And that's what they did. I'm just like, wow.
Yep. Heck yeah.
Yeah, Dom's right. She is the face of Scream.
Yep. Much like Jamie Lee Curtis is the one of Halloween, and
Yep.
I know he did last summer for Jamie. Yeah, for Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was in Cougar Town.
I've never seen it.
Heck yeah, Trey. Wait. Nice, Dom.
Hell yeah.
Yes, we agree.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't up until the end. I mean, I went to see the movie with my mom and my sister, and my sister called Richie. I did not see Richie because, again, I didn't want to believe they were going to go with the boyfriend angle again. So my mind completely shut off from Richie. I'm like, nope, he's not. They're not going to do this. You know what I mean? They're not going to do this again. Richie's going to be the good guy. He's going to be the good boyfriend. And I got proven wrong because they just, did that shit.
What's up, a troll?
What's up, bro? What's going on? Hope you're having a great night. Wait, is that a troll?
Yes.
Oh, he changed his name?
I guess so. Like I'm like, hey, a troll, and he's like, hey, Shannon on my chat. So.
Oh, okay. Got you. Damn.
And then Leonia says, "What's up?"
Yo, what's going on, girl? Hope you're having a great night.
And that she agrees that Neve is the Jamie Lee Curtis of Scream.
Yeah, I agree. You can even say, I mean, let's really be honest. She's kind of surpassed Jamie Lee at this point because she left one sequel, and it wasn't like she didn't want to do the movie. They didn't want to pay her. If they pay her, she's in every single Scream movie. Unlike Jamie Lee, who said after Halloween 2, I don't want to do any more Halloween movies unless they were beneficial to her. So, I mean,
Yep.
I mean, Nev, she's a real trooper. Like she's the franchise.
Do we know?
Yeah, no, I see. Leonia says her name changed as well. Yes, Leoniac. I like that.
So
That's
has
cool.
his a trill.
Why? Yes, YouTube be changing it. Why is YouTube changing your name?
Surprised I didn't get no change.
They better not try to change my shit. We're gonna have problems. That don't make sense. Yeah, Leonia says they changed hers too.
Yep.
I'm assuming. Anyway, that's weird. Why are they doing that? Like, that don't make any sense.
I know. I'm scared to see what my name's gonna be if it ever doesn't.
Yeah, I'm really hoping they don't try to change mine. So I've always been worried about that because of my name being, I shot him 6 times.
Heck yeah.
That they're gonna be like, oh, that's kind of violent. You know what I mean? It's like, no, motherfucker, watch Halloween 2. Specifically the first minute and some change, or the first 5 minutes, and you will see it has nothing to do with violence. Like,
Yeah. Yes, I agree, King Matthew. Do we know about? Yeah. Because we never do know why Dewey left Gail.
yeah, we do. He says that he couldn't handle New York. He couldn't handle the city life.
Never mind.
Yeah, he couldn't handle it.
Now
Like,
I hit myself.
just like, it's so funny because Gail couldn't handle being in Woodsboro. Dewey couldn't handle being in New York. Like, she couldn't handle the small town feel and nothing to write about. Dewey couldn't handle the loud noise of, New York and city and constant flow, constant movement. It's crazy how those two parallels, work for those two characters. It's crazy. Dom saying honestly, Nev is better than Jamie not only in their characters in the films, but also their personality in real life. Yeah, Jamie. I mean, Jamie Lee is, she's very stern. She's a very stern individual. You know what I mean? And very sturdy, like very hard. Somewhat could be considered harsh. You know what I mean? I personally, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? I get it. If some people feel, it rubs some people the wrong way. I just look at it as Jamie Lee is a strong-willed woman, and she's one of those people. It's like you can't tell me shit. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But no, I do agree that Sydney's character is better than Jamie's character. She's been always more badass. I mean, Jamie was. I mean, to me, I had to grow into liking Jamie because she was boring at first. You know what I mean? Yes, she was a survivor, but she kind of was a boring character. Sydney always kind of had this edge to her that you could pick up on. Like the moment she punches Gail at the police station,
Yep.
she's a different type of final girl. She's got a badassness to her. You know what I mean? To where with
I'll
Jamie,
send you a copy.
with the girl next door who you kind of want to root for, but you kind of also feel bad for her as well.
Yep. Leonia agrees. It's DJ. Go DJ. It's our DJ.
Go DJ. I was just listening to that song the other day when I was closing up work. I was.
Oh god. Yeah, I wonder if how soon we will figure out who the killers are in Scream 7.
Well, that's a great question. Uh I'm hoping not until over an hour in, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna roughly say, I'll say maybe, depending on the characters and who we all see first and how it all plays out and get in regards to getting introduced to these characters.
Yeah.
I'll say roughly 30, 45 minutes.
I probably say 20 minutes. If we have a group setting scene similar to Scream 1 and Scream, a picnic table scene or whatever, and we have all the new characters 1 and 6 kind of did. 1, 5, and 6, I believe. Then it's I feel like one of those teens maybe could be a ghost face.
Right.
Do we know of how many ghost faces there are? Because I think there's probably 4, 2 in Pine Grove and maybe at least 2 in Woodsboro.
I don't know. I do think we could be getting the cult angle. I think what's really going to be telling and what's going to be interesting is what will a second trailer show in regards to, will they show another scene like the Stu Macher residence scene in the first trailer that looks like an opening scene? That to me will be very telling, because if we get a completely different scene that looks like an opening scene that's not at Stu Macher's house, now we have a little bit more to work with, because now we can piece these together. Okay, Stu's house is first, or Stu's house is the cliffhanger, and then this other scene is going to be the opening or worked around. You know what I mean? So I think this second trailer is definitely going to help us in regards to narrowing down who our suspects are and lead us to who could possibly be the killers. I know a lot of people think McKenna Grace could be. I get it, because that she is 5'1", and the person that is attacking Mindy seems to be around that height.
Yep.
I just think it's too easy if she is, right? Because that's what we all expect, because she's played that type of character before.
Oh,
so I will say, unless they take this part out of the trailer as well, the body that is seen being drugged by Ghostface, that looks like Asa Germain's character. You know what I mean? It does. if you really look at the hairstyle and stuff like that, it looks like Asa Germain's character, and also Sam Reckner's character's Ben, who's supposed to be Tatum's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's supposed to look like Billy Loomis.
Wow.
So that person who's getting drug away by Ghostface in the trailer, you can clearly tell that person doesn't have shoulder length hair. Their hair is more like how Asa Germain's hair is. So that leads me to think, if that is Lucas, Asa Germain's character, being drug away, if it's not a fake out, then does that rule out Anna Camp as being Leslie Mocker? Because why the fuck would she kill her son? You know? Now, unless, again, it's a fake out.
Yep.
Won't know. So I think the second trailer is going to give us more information, or at least give us a better inside idea of who to target as suspects, who will be red herrings, so on and so forth. But again, like I mentioned about them going with the Scream TV series route, we may only get a couple kills, and then a lot of these characters make it into Scream 8.
That's what I think.
You know, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited. I can't wait. It's I cannot wait for this fucking movie.
Come on, Kevin. Come on, Kevin Williamson. Do it.
I just got a feeling it's gonna be so good. And all those people who were trashing this movie because of what happened with Melissa, yeah. I feel their pain. But I feel like a lot of people who were criticizing, saying Kevin Williamson is going to do a shit job as a director, and yada yada yada, they're going to be eating a lot of crow. That's what I think. They're going to be eating a lot of crow.
Yep. King Matthew wants to know when we're going to get the trailer. Like, do we think that it's going to be the 20th year anniversary of Scream 1?
Well, that's actually on a Saturday. That's a Saturday or whatever. So I don't think it'll drop then. Usually trailers like to drop, Thursdays, Fridays. So I think it's going to drop this upcoming Thursday, the 18th.
Heck yeah. Plus, like you said, backstage, it's like a month after, pretty much after the...
Almost 2 months after the first trailer came out, and stuff. I will say this, what will be dropping on the 29th year anniversary of Scream is my first episode of my Scream podcast, the Raw Footage podcast. So I'm excited to talk. I'm excited to get that up and running. The first episode, we are going to be talking about 29 years of Scream and sharing some of the best moments, the highs, some of the lows, everything. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of fun. And then as the weeks progress, I'll start ramping up more episodes as we lead into Scream 7.
Heck yeah. Yes. Do you love Jamie?
Yeah, absolutely. Got mad love for Jamie. She's tough as nails. You ain't getting shit past her. Leonia saying it could have to do with their age. Jamie is older and is probably at the point where she doesn't care, and that's so real. Most older people get like that. Yeah, I can definitely sense that vibe off of Jamie Lee Curtis for sure. Like that's why I said she ain't trying to hear shit. And she's stuck in her ways. I am who I am. This is what you're gonna get. If you don't like it, fuck off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just who she is. Like, and I fuck with it. I love it because that she's a real person. Like, she's real to who she is. And I think a lot more people can actually take that as wisdom and advice in their own lives and stuff. There's nothing wrong with being authentic. You know what I mean? And so she is authentic. Whether you like her authenticity or not, she is authentic.
Heck yeah. To me, Sydney was kind of me in Scream.
Yeah. I can understand that. Oh, I loved Sydney and Scream 1 and just threw out she was, what would Gail say? She was, oh, so how's the book? Oh, it'll be out later this year. Great. I'll look for it. I'll send you a copy. That's what I was like, yep, I like you. I like you, Sydney. I'm going to follow you from now on. Like, I will follow your story. We're on this journey together. Like,
and then Tara does it again.
That was a nice callback in Scream 6. That was one of the better scenes and moments from Scream 6, in my opinion.
I wonder if we'll get like any more from like the first Scream movie. Like I heard, or maybe it's like the red shirt or dress that Gail's wearing in the trailer. But I think it's like the same one from Scream 1 or something. Somebody said that.
The red blazer. I think
Yeah,
it looked like the one. It could be the one from Scream '96, but I thought it was the one from Scream 5.
maybe we will see or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that there will be little hints about who
Oh,
Ghostie is.
absolutely. They're already giving little hints in the first trailer. That's why I'm telling you. I genuinely think it's Stu Macher, and I think they gave it away in the first trailer. There's certain things that Stu did that only Stu would know to do. That, in my opinion, would not be in police reports. Would not, he would only know what to do. You know what I mean? The only time we've ever seen Ghostface hide in Sydney's house is in the original when Stu did it.
Yeah.
Now in Scream 7, when we are getting Matthew Lillard returning as Stu Macher, when we are going to be getting a Stu Macher focused story along with a Sidney Prescott focused story. You mean to tell me I'm not supposed to take these things in regards to literally mimicking Stu and the way he goes about attacking people? I'm supposed to ignore that and say, oh no, that's somebody else? Horseshit. That's him. I'm sorry. The tapping on the wall, just like the tapping on the car in the first one, the hiding in the house, you know what I mean? Like everything. Like, it's good. I think what will be the most interesting dynamic if Stu is revealed alive, why Pine Grove? Is there a backstory with Stu in Pine Grove that we don't know about? And I mentioned this in my video. Maybe Stu was born in Pine Grove and just grew up in Woodsboro. I think that would make a lot of sense as to why he would choose Pine Grove as a location to finally come after Sydney again. You know what I mean? Because this is where he was born.
Yeah,
You can
maybe.
easily be born. You can be born somewhere as a child, and then 1 year into your life living existence, your parents decide, "Oh yeah, I want to move to Woodsboro," and then that's all you know. You don't remember Pine Grove until you're told about it. Like that's everyday reality. You know what I mean? So for me, if Stu is revealed alive, I do think the most interesting thing is why Pine Grove.
Yeah. Do we think that Chad's gonna make it alive?
I I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. I want Chad to survive again so bad. I do. But I do think like they're going to move away from these core four characters. I do. I think they're going to find a way to write the Carpenter sisters out, much to our chagrin and much to our displeasure. They're going to find a way to write them out of the story to where they might not ever be seen again.
Yeah.
And if you're
I,
going to do that, especially if the thought and if the plan is to follow Tatum after Sydney, what do you need Mindy and Chad's characters for?
exactly.
So I am battling with this, but I'm going to say my boy's going to die.
Oh yeah,
I,
I think so too.
I think they're both going to get killed in this movie. I think Gail, I think those three that you have on the screen right next to
Yeah.
Dewey, those three are going to be the shock kills of this movie that nobody expects to happen, or expects to come. That's what I think. I think everybody expects Gail.
Yep.
I don't think everybody would expect both of the twins to get killed off in this movie. I think they would expect one of them to live.
Heck yeah. How
Damn,
about
man, I hate seeing Chad's face in the fucking dead column. Man, that's my boy. Like, damn, man.
yeah.
Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully we're wrong.
Yep. How about Uncle Randy? Dead or
Oh, he's dead, but I think we could hear him as like an AI voice.
okay.
So
Yeah.
actually scroll up real quick for me.
Yep. Let me know when to like stop.
actually put Randy where Ghostface is. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because if we hear Randy's voice in this movie, it's because Ghostface is using his voice.
True, that would count, I guess, as being
It,
ghosted.
it counts. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's AI, even though it's, voice modulator, we all know that Randy's actually dead. I
Yep.
know there's some people out there that believe by miraculous fate that he's actually alive and pulling the strings. I personally don't believe that. I think he is dead, but Ghostface will resurrect him via the voice modulator.
Heck yeah. How about Anna Camp? What do we think about her?
See, this is where shit gets sticky
Yeah.
because we haven't seen her in the first trailer, and we don't have the second trailer yet. I'm gonna say, because it's so easy to say that Anna Camp's gonna be Leslie Mocker. I'm gonna say let's put her in to be determined.
Heck
Because
yeah.
again, that trailer showed, in my opinion, Asa Germain's character, who's going to be Anna Camp's son,
Yeah.
being drug away. And in my opinion, if that scene turns out to be an actual death scene, I don't think she's going to be the killer. Why would she kill her son? So it's to be determined. She could be Leslie Mocker, or she could be actually Sydney's her really good best friend that we all thought was going to be the killer and be revealed as Stu's sister, and she's not. Like, man, yeah, to be determined. She's tough. We might have to revisit this, Shannon, after the second trailer.
Heck yeah, I'm down.
we might have to revisit that because that shit is sticky right there. Like,
Yeah.
it's like there's like a balance. Ghostface, not Ghostface. Like, so
Well, I got 2 pictures of her, if that counts.
it does. So good thing you got a spare.
I know, I got them for like mostly everybody, pretty much. I think.
Man, and we're getting a little tight with some of these. We're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yep. Speaking of that, Michelle Randolph, what do we think?
Oh, she's finito.
Heck yeah.
She's finito. Unless that scene at the Stu Mocker house is like some fucking like scene for like they decided to shoot like a fake, like a staged attack scene, and then after shooting that staged attack scene, the real Ghostface comes up and kills both of them. I think what we saw in the trailer, it's over for her one way or another. She's finished. Like, you know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, we won't get to know too much about her, but she's done. Yeah, I
Heck
think it's
yeah.
safe
I
to
also
say.
think that her boyfriend or whatever is done. Jimmy Tatro.
You think he's dead?
I don't know. Like, we don't see him when she's doing the movements.
I think he's one of the ghost faces.
Really? That's a shock. That's a first. I never like thought of that. I literally had McKenna and maybe one of like Asa, whatever, and maybe
Yeah,
Sam. I don't know.
I think Jimmy's character could be like a Jason Carvey character
So
in
should I put
Scream
him as
Six.
Ghostface or yeah?
I would put him in two to be determined because we don't know yet. You know what I mean? It's 50-50 for me. But I do find it very fascinating that we do not see him get attacked in that trailer. We don't see him get attacked at Stu's house.
Yep.
And I would not be surprised. I mean, if they took a page out of Scream 6 and kind of reveal him to a degree. Apparently, remember, the rumors are we are going to have an early reveal.
Yeah.
What if they do with his character what they did with Jason Carvey's character? And we see him kill his girlfriend, burn down the Stu Macher residence or whatever, and then make his way to Pine Grove, and we follow him there. But obviously, he's not the main one. He's being instructed to do this, and he's a part of the clan. He's a part of the cult. You know what I mean? However many of these fuckers are. I just, when I saw the trailer and I went back and scoured through it multiple times, just remember seeing that, and I'm just like, where the fuck did he go? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's interesting. They did not show him get attacked. Okay. Interesting to say the least.
Speaking of that, I think we'll get a masking of a killer during the scene Tatum gets kidnapped, which could be when Sydney is giving Gail her interview.
Hmm. So, I think I know where Matthew's talking about, because there is a scene where we see Sydney sitting in I want to say it looks like a therapist's office, but it could be where she's having her interview with Gail. That could very well be that scene. Um, I think Tatum gets kidnapped from the house.
Or the coffee shop, no. Yeah, the
It's
house, maybe.
possible. The reason why I say I think Tatum gets kidnapped from the house is because we see when the ambulance is outside and everybody's like, Sydney, Sydney, Sydney. In my opinion, that's after the attack. Because
Yeah,
then Gail shows up and says, let's unmask this fucker. Well, where's Tatum?
exactly
I
right.
think in that moment where they get attacked at the house, that's when Ghostface abducts Tatum. That's what I think. So I don't think there's going to be an unmasking during that scene.
No.
I can see an unmasking at the coffee shop.
Yes.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see an unmasking happen at the coffee shop. Especially if Tatum gets the upper hand again, like she did in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it makes you wonder. It man, man, it makes you fucking wonder, like, yo, like, okay, she gets kidnapped. She has her phone. But why would the killer allow her to keep her phone?
Yeah.
See, I'm just thinking about all this shit. See, something's right. Y'all might be fucking right. This girl might be the fucking killer. I don't know. Something's now just getting fishy, man. Like, I just don't know. And see, but that's the beauty of it. And this is what we've been waiting for with these other Scream movies, is the opportunity to actually really guess and not already know what's gonna happen.
Yep.
Like, man, this is crazy, because I like, yeah, that's wild. Like, I just thought about that. Like, if she's kidnapped and we're supposed to think that she was being kidnapped and held hostage at the coffee shop or whatever, like, whenever that scene we see her talking to Sydney on the phone and Sydney's guiding her or whatever,
Yeah.
in my opinion, she's supposed to be kidnapped at that point. So why the fuck would she still be able to have a phone? The whole purpose of kidnapping somebody is that you don't give or reveal their location. You know what I'm saying? You're
Yep.
supposed to hide them. So
Wow.
why would you not take the one device that their location can be picked up on? And her dad's a cop. Yeah, something's not right. All right. Yeah. See, now my brain is sprinting. Yeah. Now my brain is spinning, and I'm starting to think some different things about her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
I do not know. Like a troll saying Tatum is using AI. I don't know. I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to believe he might be right. It could be Tatum. I'll say this: if it's going to be revealed that Tatum is the killer, they better give me a damn good reason, and it better not be no bullshit, man. Because I just, if you're going to give us the family member angle again, it has to be with a twist that is formidable, and not just some, oh, hey, well, you know, you lied to me about who my real dad was. You know what I mean? Or you didn't do this. You wouldn't accept. You wouldn't allow me to grow up, or whatever the fucking stupid petty shit would be for the motive. It has to be something good.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah, how about Celeste O'Connor? Like we see her getting attacked at the coffee shop.
Hmm. Oddly enough, I think she's gonna live.
Really?
Hmm. I think she's gonna live. I can see her character kind of like living until Scream 8 and then getting killed off like Randy. she's the new Randy in regards to Sydney's like best friend that maybe follows her or sticks around with her, in the aftermath of the murders. I can see that.
Ooh, Tatum is a soul ghost facing using romance AI similarities like Scream 3.
That would be fucking nuts.
I love
That would be nuts. Like I said, I gotta give a great motive. If you're gonna do that, that'd be crazy though.
Leonia, Liana,
Hmm.
Leonia thinks that Celeste is dead.
Oh, well, yeah. She thinks Celeste is gonna die. It's very well. She could very well, die. It's very possible. You know, I also think though that there's going to be at least one of these characters that is going to have to be alive and make it to the next movie. And that's just me. Like following the tradition of Scream, there's always at least that one person out of the friend group, especially if we're following a new group of characters that
Yeah,
have to survive, in my opinion. You just have
exactly.
to. You know what I mean? You have to have somebody carrying on until the next film.
Yep.
And I do want to say something real quick. Yo, what's up, Carrie? Carrie
What's up,
Craig
Carrie?
I'm so tongue tied. Carrie Craig Cinema in the chat. Glad you can make it here to Shannon's channel and hang out with us tonight. It's always great to see you, my friend.
What do we think about McKenna Grace then? Because I'm afraid for McKenna Grace. I do believe her character's name is Hannah, I think. They barely show her in the trailer, so that could mean two things.
And I think we know what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she could be the killer or she could be a goner. I think personally she's going to be a goner. Or she's going to be a goner or she's going to be a survivor. And she's going to be basically, if Celeste is not, she's going to be Tatum's right hand wingman, man, whatever you want to call it, because I do think her character reminds me so much of Brooke from Scream the TV series. I
Yes.
think that with her look, her appearance, her background, they are aiming for her character to be that. And if that is the case, she will be nothing more than a massive red herring, and that she'll be in the next film, but she's going to be a good person. She ain't going to be a ghost face.
Oh, I think that she's gonna be a ghost chase. So is my friend Trey. Like
Oh
you
wow.
haven't seen it yet, but there's that movie that I put on Dustin's Wheel, The Bad Seed, and she's crazy in it.
Well, see, that's why I think it's too obvious that she's the killer, because so many people talk about that movie and talk about her performance as the killer in that movie, and I think that's. I mean, and you're not wrong for thinking that because she's played a role like that before. But I think because she's played that role before, it's too easy to think that she's going to be the killer in this one. Could she be? Absolutely, because she's done it before. But I think that that's what they want us to all to think. They want us all to think that she's going to be the killer based on that movie, but I don't think she is. I think she's going to be a Brooke Maddox type character, like Scream the TV series,
Yep.
and I think we could even see her make it to the sequel as well, especially if Celeste doesn't. Like if Celeste is dead, I think McKenna's character Hannah, she's going to make it to the sequel, and she's going to whether she dies in the eighth remains to be seen. But I can definitely see her making it into the next movie. I don't see her as a ghost face like everybody else does. I just don't.
Ooh, what if McKenna is Sid's other daughter? Because in two, she has more kid. Like in Scream 5, Sid has two plus kids.
Yeah. In Scream 5, she's pushing the stroller
Yeah.
and she talks about the girls. I think those kids are considerably younger. Um you got to think if they was being rolled around in a stroller still in Scream 5 and that was what 3 years ago, and they're most likely going to pick up the events of Scream 7 in 2025 or 2026, like in regards to the year,
Yeah.
those kids would still probably be under the age of 10. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And stuff. So I don't think unless McKenna Grace is Sydney's secret kid, I don't
True.
think that she's gonna be revealed as Sydney's kid in this movie.
Mark Kincaid's daughter. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I know a lot of people think that that could be possible. I mean, I unfortunately I wouldn't want that to happen because I just think we don't need the negative correlation. Unfortunately, we're stuck with Mark Evans. We know why. Yeah, I mean, it's just I just don't think there's anything they should do in regards to even mentioning the Mark Kincaid character. It sucks. I hate even saying that because I love that character, and we know for a fact he should have been Patrick Dempsey should have been reprising his role as Mark Kincaid in this movie, but unfortunately, shit didn't line up, and now we have Mark Evans, who's also a cop. How ironic.
I know,
So
right?
so I personally would not hope they would go in that direction. It'd just be too convoluted, you know.
Yep. Wait, so where are we putting McKenna as Goner? No.
I think we could put it in to be determined, honestly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think there's enough. I think we have enough, not just between us, but also in the chat. I know some think she's a goner, some think she could be Ghostface. So let's just put her in to be determined. Until we get more.
I'm gonna get hate for saying this, but I'm glad it's not Mark Kincaid. Him and Sydney were just friends in Scream 3, I guess. Plus, he's Gail's age, so it would be weird.
Well, Gail and Sydney ain't that far apart.
True.
Yeah. And also,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
think
saw this one.
I don't think Kincaid was that old in Scream 3. Kincaid looked like he was a character who was at least, I want to say, late 20s, maybe early 30s. I mean, at that point in time, Sydney was what? Because Scream 3's events took place, what, 2 years, 3 years after Windsor College, at least from a timeline perspective. So Sydney probably would have been around 23, 24. Not that much of a difference.
Yeah. And then Carrie's like, I love Kincaid, not gonna lie, I couldn't see her with anyone else, but we don't have a choice now.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I
They
know,
were
right?
meant to be together. Like literally, they were literally meant. If you wanted to make that a relationship in the Scream franchise and like build a story around it, that was the play. That was the move. Like you just couldn't. Why couldn't you just have it? Like my thing is this: if you couldn't get Patrick to come back, okay, cool. For all that, don't give Sydney a husband. Just kind of make her to a degree, kind of like a single mother, like Laurie Strode.
But then you would have probably had to explain like who the dad was, and then have to explain like what happened to Mark if Mark Kincaid was.
Oh, they could easily sit there and say, "Oh, the kid's father passed away in like an accident or something." Like
They had,
and stuff like. I'm nothing against Joe McHale. It just sucks that it's not Mark Kincaid.
I know, right? Heck yeah. I actually forgot. How about as a Asa as a Jermaine? What do we think? He's living, dying, what?
Wait, what'd you say, Shannon?
How about whatever the guy that plays Lucas or whatever?
I think he's
Asa
dead.
Jermaine. What do we think?
He's gonna
Living,
die.
dying,
Mm-hmm.
dying?
Yep, I have him dying. I think that's him being drug away. I don't think that scene's going to be a fake out.
Yeah.
I think we are a lot of us, and I'm guilty of this too, because when I first saw the cast list and I first saw the characters and what they look like, I'm like, this motherfucker looks like he could be Stu Macher's kid or related to Stu Macher. Yeah, it has to be him and Anna Camp as Leslie Macher, and maybe that's her other son. You know what I mean? But then I gave it some more thought. Plus, seeing the trailer, I'm just like, man, again, this is too easy. It'd be too obvious. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I'm now in the boat where I think he's going to die, especially after what I've seen in the trailer. I think he's going to die. I don't think it's going to be a fake out. And unfortunately, I mean, he's supposed to be a sweet kid that has a creepy vibe to him, though, or
Yeah.
whatnot. That tells me he's going to be a massive red herring that subsequently won't be revealed as a killer. He will end up dying. So, if anything, put him in red herring.
Heck yeah. Or is he? I said giant red herring.
Yeah, I can see him being a massive red herring. Just a massive, massive red herring.
Yeah, I think that he could be Stu's son. Somebody on Threads. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah, I have a Threads account. I don't
Okay.
barely use it, but I have one.
Somebody on Threads like fan casted what a Scream thing would look like in the future if the first Scream was made, like currently. They actually said he could be Stu.
Oh, he definitely could. He looks like Matthew.
Maybe it is a
when
son
they
though. Never.
casted him, when they casted him, I'm just like, okay, now they're really trying to let us know that fucking Stu's coming back. Like, look at this guy. You know what I
I
mean?
know. Okay.
Like, but I think that they're doing that on purpose to make us think that. But subsequently, he won't be revealed as a killer, and he's not going to have any connection to Stu.
I agree, Carrie. Why haven't we seen Ethan Embry?
That's another character. See, he's the wild card for me, man. Like, because from what I know and from what I've heard, he's supposed to be a worker. I want to say a janitor that's working in the mental asylum or something like that. That Gail goes to visit. And I just think that's super, super fascinating because he's kind of played these type of characters before that are a little shot out, little cuckoo and stuff like that. But I'm more interested in regards to what his interaction and dialogue could be with Gail in regards to why is Gail at that, why is she at the mental ward? Who is she supposed to go see? Who's she supposed to visit? You know? So he's definitely a wild card in my opinion. I'm glad Carrie brought him up because he definitely does deserve some mention. I don't know why he's not in the trailer. I mean, could he be one of the killers? Sure. I mean, we're all fixated on Leslie Mocker, the whole Stu Mocker, sister angle because of what was set up in Scream 5.
Yeah.
What if they just say, fuck Leslie Mocker, just don't even decide to really mention her? That was just a bit in Scream 5 that got brought up. And Ethan Embry's Stu's fucking brother that we never knew he had.
Ooh. Or what if it's a husband and wife and it's Anna Camp and him?
That's possible. What would be their motive, though? I mean, I don't think they would be related to Stu. I mean, unless she is and he's helping. But it's just, I don't know. I just feel like it's too convoluted if you just have it be Leslie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Because my thing is this. If it is Leslie, outside of getting revenge for Stu or whatever and stuff, like, why not go after Samantha and them as well? Because they were the reason why Vince got killed.
Exactly.
So I don't know. Like, I'm really hoping. Me personally, I hope they don't go in the Leslie Mocker direction. If you're going to reveal any Mocker, it's got to be Stu.
Heck yeah.
If it's not Stu, don't give me no other fucking Mockers. I don't want them. I only want Stu Mocker. That's the only one. He's the only one that makes sense. When you break down all the Easter eggs, when you break down all the clues that we've discussed and all that stuff, it only makes sense that Stu is the one underneath the costume. None of his other fucking family members make sense. I don't even know why Radio Silence or those guys even thought that would be a great idea. I never got on board with that. Like it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's always the sweet ones to look out for the Carrie. Jill can suck it, lol. I do not like her. She rubs me the wrong way for obvious reasons. Have you seen the movie They? Apparently Ethan Embry was in it.
It's been a while.
Because Ethan Embry is in that apparently.
Huh. I remember Ethan Embry being briefly into disturbing behavior as Madsen's older brother who passed away. But I never really seen Ethan Embry in a lot of stuff. Like, never really like seen him in much movies. Like, and if I did, it must have been movies like he wasn't like the main character. Because I know him, but I don't know enough about him.
Yeah, same. I think I've only seen Vegas Vacation with him in it.
Okay,
I think
that
so.
sounds like
And
an
there's
old school flick.
oh,
King Matthew saying you could also say it was on Dewey as to why Vince died. I mean, even Dewey says himself in that deleted scene that it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. I mean, yeah. I mean, but at the same time, I feel like I don't even know why Vince was killed.
yeah.
I never understood that death. Like, I never understood why they decided to kill Vince. Like, it served no purpose. It didn't do anything in regards to like eliminate a red herring. Really, like I don't know. There's like I said, when I go back and rewatch Scream 5 and Scream 6, there's certain things that just drive me nuts, and that's another one of them. It's like why is Vince even in this movie, or and why is he being killed?
Yeah, we
Like
never get answers.
it's ridiculous. Like, but as regards to it being on Dewey, I can't blame Dewey for that because remember, I'm gonna say, don't we see? Don't go see Dewey? We don't see Dewey in the movie up until after Vince is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only see. I know he brought up the deleted scene, but obviously that doesn't count. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know how it could be on Dewey. You know, when we didn't see Dewey until after Vince died in Scream 5.
Oh, Carrie's gonna go yell at Radio Silence if she meets them.
Yeah, that was stupid. I mean, I get it. Like, I get it. You have to do something shocking. You have to, take swings and take chances. But there's also a way how you can construct that and make it acceptable. And I think why a lot of people didn't accept it is because they already fucking knew it was going to happen.
Heck
The
yeah, from the
trailer gave it
trailers.
away. The trailer gave it away. So we already kind of prepped ourselves to cry during this scene. You know what I mean? But we also prepped ourselves to be fucking pissed off because we already knew what you jackasses were going to do. You know what I mean? So I don't mean jackasses in regards to like being insulting. That's just how I talk sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, don't mean it to be insulting at all. But so I'm just saying, like, just decisions like that. It's just like if you would have did it and built it a lot better and would not have shown it in the trailer, I think a lot of people would have been as hurt as they were. They would have been a lot more accepting of Dewey being killed off. No, instead you showed basically what was going to happen in the trailer, and there was no suspense. There was no buildup. It's just like, oh, yep, we're going to kill Dewey now.
Yep.
Like I can't stand that. Like if you're going to kill an important character like that off, you got to build a suspense. You got to build it up to that point. You know what I mean? And I just felt like they didn't do a good job building it up to that point. It's just like I'll use Halloween 5 and Rachel's death as an example.
Yep.
Great character. Everybody loves that character. Everybody wants to see more out of this character. You fucking kill her within the first 30 minutes of the movie. Why? Like it's just it's bad decision making.
Yep. Never heard of the movie Pizza.
I know I like eating pizza.
Oh yeah. Wait. Vince only died because Amber heard there was a connection. Also, because they were super fans and knew the connection between Stu and Vince.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I can see that. I can see that. But still, it's just stupid. It's just dumb to me. Like it's just stupid. And then maybe because I also wanted to see more out of Vince's character. Because he was a mocker. You know what I mean? And stuff like, and I'd like to think if Stu is alive, like I think he is, well, when one of these fucking douchebags kill his nephew, he'd want to kill them back. Like, like it's just certain things, man. But that was a good that was a good point though, Carrie, because I never really like thought of it that way. That does make a lot of sense.
Carrie even says if Kevin Williamson killed Dewey, that would be different, but not Radio Silence. They also treated David like shit during the whole thing. They were so cold, not being very empathetic at all.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I didn't like that at all. And listen, I'm not trying to be insulting, but in this game of being a content creator and stuff, sometimes that means critiquing and criticizing. And one thing that I noticed about Radio Silence, which is why I was really happy when they announced they were not going to direct Scream 7, is
Yep.
that they take this shit, they look at this shit like a joke, in my opinion. They
Yep.
think this shit is funny. Like the Scream franchise is fun and it's something to joke about. Like, oh, we knew it was obvious that the killers, we knew we were making it obvious who the killers were. We knew that. You as directors should be ashamed of yourselves because this is supposed to be a whodunit. We're not supposed to know who the fucking killers are. Like we're not. We're always gonna guess and we're always gonna have our thoughts, but we're still supposed to, even if we have a clear-cut idea of who they are, we're still supposed to be swerved. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be led in a different direction. They led us down a straight path.
Yep.
So and just the way they acted about it, I can definitely see them being somewhat snarky and ignorant to David during the whole time and stuff. I can just see that. And it's just like, it's fucked up. You don't do that to him. A legend like that, what he's given to this franchise? No. If you're going to kill a character off like that, you let him have the grand exit that he deserves to fucking have.
Heck yeah.
It's kind of like, I'm going to bring it up. WWE fucking botching John Cena's fucking retirement match and his whole retirement tour. John Cena deserves so much better than what he got. And it infuriated me last night. And it's infuriating me now while I'm talking about it. So I'm just going to get off of it. But it just as an example, when people like that have given so much to a particular thing, to a particular franchise, to a particular business, in my opinion, you make sure they go out on fucking top. Even in movies, if you're going to kill that character off, you make sure they go out on top. Now, did Dewey kind of go out on top to a degree? Yes, because Dewey remained who Dewey was, the hero. He was going to protect them kids. You know what I mean? But it's the way they led into that, which leads me to be very, very sour. He deserves so much better.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's great. Radio Silence is doing the Mummy for. They're probably gonna kill off Brendan Fraser's character, knowing them.
Why are they doing the Mummy movie?
I don't even know. Heck yeah, I like
They're
the.
gonna. Who's writing it? Do we know?
You want me to look it up?
No, let's just keep the conversation going. I'll do my research here. My mind's going numb over this decision. I don't. Oh God, I don't. It's not that I don't like their directing style, or whatever, or writing style. It's just sometimes shit don't make sense, and I feel like sometimes they don't take shit seriously enough. And if you're gonna bring back the Mummy, yes, was the Mummy fun? Yes, but the Mummy was also adventurous. It was also serious. You know what I mean? I love the fucking O'Connell character. And now you have these guys coming in who are known to not really do well with legacy characters.
Yep.
I digress. Oh man, that's disheartening, man. Because when I heard Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz were in talks to come back, I
Yeah.
was like, yes, because I love those first two movies. Absolutely love Mummy One and The Mummy Returns. I love those
Yep.
movies. Uh,
Carrie wants to go on a rant about John Cena.
well, they basically had him lose by chokeout, which is like fucking stupid because his whole gimmick is never give up. I would have rather seen him be literally like passed out, like fake passed out, instead of him tapping like they made him tap. But then on top of that, his retirement match. This is the last match ever we're going to see
Right.
John Cena have a wrestling match. And you have it on Saturday night main event, not WrestleMania, not in a marquee match. Where's the fucking Rock? Doesn't he owe us a fucking favor for him fucking everything up at the beginning of the year? I think so. You tell that motherfucker, get his ass down to this ramp, rock bottom Cena, challenge him to a match at WrestleMania, and give John the proper fucking send off he deserves and let him go out on top instead of losing and then tapping out. And now we're never going to see him wrestle again.
Yep.
It's I'm not a wrestling booker, folks, but I've been watching this shit long enough to know how the fucking business is supposed to work and how you're supposed to put people over and not put people over. And what the fuck they did last night was bury John Cena, in my opinion. You made him look weak, and you basically made his retirement seem like it was nothing in the end. As a guy who's been a massive fan of that guy for over 20 years, it pisses me off.
Heck yeah.
Carrie saying, I only want to see Ready or Not 2 because of Sarah Michelle Gellar, to be honest. I want to see it just because I'm interested to see how the fuck they're going to make a sequel after this movie when, to me, the first one was definitive enough that you didn't need a sequel.
I've never seen the movie.
Oh, we're going to have to, I'm glad it didn't really spoil anything, but, we're going to have to do a watch party on that. It's good. It's really good. I like Ready or Not a lot. I'm actually excited for the second one.
Maybe they will cast Melissa in The Mummy 4.
They might. I mean, I ain't gonna get mad over from a visualistic standpoint. I just, oh, I mean, you could have her play a Nox on the Moon.
Yeah.
You could have her play that role. I'm actually kind of hoping they get her to play that role now. Like, that would be cool. She could play that.
Yeah. Wow, King Matthew broke his table over the John Cena match.
It was a bullshit match. They did him so dirty. They did him so dirty. I was at work watching it on my phone and listening in. And when it got to the end, I said, really? This is it? This is the thank you that you give to the biggest star that your company has seen in the last 20 something years. That's the thanks he gets?
Yeah.
People can say what they want about Vince McMahon, the man. But Vince McMahon, the wrestling promoter and wrestling booker, would have never, ever, ever, ever had John Cena's retirement go like that. It would have been way better if Vince was still in charge. I know that for a fact, and it's crazy.
Okay, what do we think about Sam Reckner? Ghostface? None?
I don't think he's Ghostface. I don't. I'm just having a hard time for me wondering if he's going to be. Well, I think he's going to be a massive red herring. That I do believe.
Heck yeah.
But I'm struggling with whether he's going to live or die. And I'm not going to lie, for me, I kind of want to see him live. You know, Billy Loomis lookalike gets to make it to part 8. Like, especially if, he is a decent dude and he's not what they think he is, or at least not what Sydney thinks he is.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not have that dynamic for Tatum's character? I mean, kind of like Scream the TV series with Kieran and Emma. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So let's just hope that in Scream 8, you don't fucking pull a Kieran and reveal him to be the killer. You know what I mean? Like in Scream 8 for fucking Sam Reckner's character. But I think he's going to be a massive red herring.
Heck yeah. What did we say for Ethan Embry? I forget. Ghostface? No. Red herring?
Who? Ethan Embry?
Yeah.
I would say to be determined, honestly, because we don't know enough yet.
Heck yeah.
We don't know anything really. Like, we just know that he says it was an awesome experience. So take that for what you will. When he said that, I said, okay, either he's going to die in this movie or he is going to be the killer. You go which direction you want to go. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. You know who I'm really interested, who I'm really like intrigued by, because another one, some people said they've seen him in the trailer. I guess I have to look closer, really
Who?
close to see him. Mark Consuelos' character, Robbie.
Wow. I don't think I remember seeing him either.
Apparently, he's in the crowd that is saying Sydney, Sydney. Apparently, people see him. I don't know if that's true. I have to go
the
back and
trailer
look.
again.
I'd have to go back and look at the trailer. But from what I see with my peripheral, I did not see him in the trailer. And I think he's very, very interesting. And and if I'm not mistaken, I just seen Fate Decided, Tyler, I'd have to watch his video. He just dropped a video talking about this, like there's nothing on Mark Consuelos' character, really. Like I don't see, it's not seen in the trailer. We're not getting really any updates on his character, nothing. So he's very, very intriguing to me. We know that he's supposed to be our rival to Gale Weathers.
Yeah.
But a rival to Gale Weathers could mean a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like, what if this motherfucker is a killer, and the reason why he's doing it is because, to so many ways, he wants to be the story. He wants to be the story. You know what I mean? That big break. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the more interesting characters that we have to look forward to coming in the Scream 7. Because his casting was just a surprise to me.
I know, and I think he like filmed one day, I believe. Also, the guy that plays Roman did as well.
That's interesting.
And I could be wrong, but I think somewhere somebody said Ethan Embry did as well, like one day of filming. I could be wrong though.
One day of filming, well then, one day of filming could what mean one or two things. Either they're gonna get killed early, they're gonna get killed, or they're gonna be Ghostface.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. I'm all here for it.
So what do we think from Mark Consuelos? Then he's literally the next guy on the list.
I think we should put him in next to Embry, to be determined. We don't have enough.
Yeah, because like he could be Ghostface, he could not.
Yeah, right. We don't have enough on his character just yet.
Like, imagine like if Gale dies on national television too, and he's the one to do it.
Yeah, that'd be fucking nuts.
Like, cuts the power lines, like cuts the camera feed, and then boom. But like, what would be his motive though if it was to go after Sid? Though, if you think
I was hoping that if they killed her in Scream 6, they would show her death live. Have it live streaming, and it would be showing on time at Times Square on the big screen. I thought that would have been really, really cool. Carrie says, my question is, could there be a first cliffhanger in the Scream franchise? leaving the Ghostface reveal a mystery until Scream 8. Yep. Perhaps the minion Ghostfaces are revealed, but perhaps the mastermind. I agree with that, Carrie. I do. That's like one of my big things heading into Scream 7 is that the main killer won't be revealed. All the other ones that are a part of it will be. But the numero uno, the head honchitito, won't be revealed until Scream 8, in my opinion. That's why we are getting back to back stories. That's why Pine Grove is going to be back in Scream 8. This is going to be a continuing story. And I do believe we are going to get our first cliffhanger for Scream 7 as well. And I'm all here for it. Again, just like with Scream the TV series, what did it end on? It ended on a cliffhanger. Remember
Yep.
when Piper gave her reveal, she was about to reveal Kieran, but then she got killed. But then what was the other cliffhanger? The fact that Audrey was the one who was writing Piper. You know what I mean? And stuff. So I see a lot of similarities with that TV show happening for Scream 7. In my opinion, they are setting it up that way. So, yeah, I'm right there with you, Carrie. I think we could definitely see the mastermind of this whole thing not be revealed until Scream 8. And I'm standing 10 toes down when I say that Scream 8 will be released in 2026 as well.
Yep.
I think it's going to be released December 18th, 2026.
Yeah.
2 straight back-to-back movies, one at the top of the year, one at the end of the year, to mark 30 years of the Scream franchise.
Wow. Yep. Maybe they even shot like the beginning or something of Scream 8, like the very, very beginning.
Yeah.
Like assuming that 7 ends with a cliffhanger and then 8 kind of like picks off like right where it is.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's going to be something like that. I honestly think we're going to get a cliffhanger ending. We're going to get a cliffhanger ending that leads us into 8, but then we could also get a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
I do. And we talked about this a little bit backstage. I think the post-credit scene could be fucking Kirby.
Yep.
And she could come back in Scream 8. If Gail dies in Scream 7, Scream 8 is the perfect time to bring Kirby back because then you can bring that other female legacy character back to help Sydney, and she's a part of the FBI. And it makes sense because if there's Ghostface attacks and Ghostface murders happening in Pine Grove, well, what does Kirby specialize in? Ghostface attacks.
Yep.
So this is an easy, perfect fucking transition, in my opinion, to have Gail Weathers get killed off in Scream 7. We have the cliffhanger ending at the end of 7, and then maybe in the post-credit scenes, after a few names get, rattled off, we see Kirby sitting at her desk or whatnot, and she's sitting at her desk, but she's listening to the radio or listening to the news, and you hear some in world news. Sidney Prescott, survivor of the original 1996 Woodsboro massacre, is once again been targeted by Ghostface or something like that. And then you see Kirby at her desk and she's doing whatever. And she gets a phone call and it's, "Hello, Kirby." And then it just cuts. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many things they could do with this, especially with the ending and a post-credit scene. And I think there's an easy transition to be made. And I look forward to seeing them make that transition if everything goes well, like I think it could.
Heck yeah. Especially like with Kevin doing the film and he's co-writing it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Stu? Alive, dead, to be determined?
I will say this. I think it's still to be determined. I will be biased in saying I believe he's alive because I do believe he's alive. I will also say this. I don't think we're going to find out until Scream 8.
I
do not think
agree.
we're going to find out until then. I really don't. I feel like they are going to milk this sumbitch like a fucking cow on a farm. And they would be fucking smart to do so because it's money. It's money. You know what I mean? Matthew Lillard right now is fucking money. He is a walking dollar sign. He is.
Yeah.
Dead ass. People want to see Matthew Lillard back in these movies. They want to see Matthew Lillard back in a lot of big projects. He is on a renaissance. in my opinion, especially if you're going to be keeping this story in the same location, then this just isn't a one-off story. This is a continuing story. So, in my opinion, Stu, not only is he going to be revealed alive, we're not going to reveal him to be alive until Scream 8. They are going to really delve deep into this idea. Is Stu Macher alive? Is he dead? And I think they're going to really play into that over the course of these two movies. And then we are finally going to get it revealed that, yes, the old fucking grizzled vet is alive and he's active and he's fucking catching bodies and he's always been catching bodies. I think that's what's going to happen. So it's going to be interesting to see if that does play out that way. Who's his partners? Yeah. That's what I want to know. Who the fuck is working with Stu? Who did he pluck from obscurity?
Exactly, right? Maybe it's Kirby.
I thought so in Scream 6. I think there is definitely stuff there that you can. They made Kirby look so fucking weird and suspicious in Scream 6. I think I'll put it this way. If we were going in the same direction in regards to the Carpenter sisters, if we were staying with the same type of story, the same characters, then I think that idea of Kirby being involved with Stu and knowing he's alive and actually helping him and as a killer, I think it would be more true if those characters were coming back with the Carpenter sisters and stuff. Yeah. Now I don't know. I really don't. And I don't think they would do something. Kevin Williamson. Let me redo that. Kevin Williamson, I don't think would allow that. No. I don't. Now, if it wasn't Kevin Williamson as part of the writing or directing, I do think that Guy Busick and James Vanderbilt would have did something like that to where they would have revealed that Kirby is a killer, and shit like that, because they laid the breadcrumbs for it in Scream 6, in my opinion. There was too many times where she looked suspicious. That fucking spot she got on her head, I will always think that she was underneath the Ghostface costume when Chad hit that Ghostface with the camera.
Exactly, because you never see any blood or bruises, I don't think, on Ethan or Quinn.
No. And that's what I'm saying. But that's the thing. We have Kevin Williamson back now, so I don't think he would do that. You know what I mean? And stuff, especially because Kirby is a character that he created and stuff like that. So I don't think he would do that. And that would be crazy. But I do hope that Hayden gets another chance to be in another Scream movie.
I'm sure she will, right?
No, I agree. I never bought into the idea of Kirby being attacked from behind and being knocked out. It just, I don't know. I think there was definitely, I feel like, I'll put it this way. When I go back and rewatch Scream 6, I feel like I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025 kind of ran into the problem that Scream 6 had. You don't know who you want your killers to be, and you don't know how you want your ending to end. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Because when you go look at I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025, you can clearly tell that Ray and Stevie were not supposed to be the fucking killers. They were not. You know what I mean? This was a last minute thing. They wanted to get the movie done. They wanted to push it. And now when I go back and rewatch Scream 6, given the fact that it literally released 1 year after Scream 2022, it makes me wonder, were they being rushed to get the movie done? Which is why we got the reveal and the ending that we got. Because I'm sorry, that final act, that to me is all over the place. It's all over the place. I genuinely think that Kirby was supposed to be revealed as one of the killers in the end, but then they just scrapped the idea. But still kept elements that would have been building up to her reveal without actually going through with it.
Yep. And like King Matthew says, also Kirby is the reason Gail got stabbed. She sent Gail back to her apartment. Then a few minutes later, Gail gets attacked, and Kirby doesn't bother going to help save.
That's a great point, Matthew. That's a really good point. That's an excellent point. Yeah.
Wow, it was Freddie Prinze Jr.'s idea to have Ray always be the killer.
I know this now. And the only reason why I think Freddie agreed to do it is so he wouldn't have to work with Jennifer Love Hewitt again.
Oh yeah, because of their thing.
I think so. And I just think that's so fucking stupid. It is. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Whatever you guys had, that was in the past. We know you're happily married, have kids with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
yeah.
Jennifer is happily married, has kids to who she's with. You mean for the sake of fucking making money and making a good movie, you can't reprise your role as Ray Brunson, the guy who was, the savior of Julie James? Or even if y'all were divorced, you couldn't have the type of chemistry to make these characters still likable like
It's
they did it. Like, come on. Like, there definitely was some fuckery going around there in regards to, all right, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in these scenes with her. I don't want to have this much interactions with her. And it's just like, come on, man. That movie could have been so much better. It could have been so much better if you did not agree to fucking be the killer. And it's crazy because you know this, Shannon. I was stoked at the idea of Ray being the killer. But because how they fucking execute it, it's just like a wet fart. So it's just like, whatever.
yep. Heck yeah, Carrie. The final act of Scream 6 was like a circus that had no rehearsal.
That was great, Carrie. No, it really is. When you go back and rewatch it, it really is. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing in that final act. They didn't know what direction they were trying to go. They were just trying to get there. That's how I look at it.
The scenes. Yeah, I have to agree on that, Carrie.
It
The
did.
scenes. Yep.
It did. You could tell the animosity. Whatever animosity it was, you can feel it. And it's just like, man, suck that shit up. Y'all damn near in y'all fucking 50s. Like, let's make some money. You know what I mean? Like, let's make some money and make a great film that the audience can love, that the audience can be nostalgic over while also appreciating the new stuff. You know, it's just people just have, bless you, Shannon. I
Yeah.
just, listen, I don't have to like somebody to fucking make money with them. That's how I look at it. It's business. You know what I mean? And I'd be openly honest about that. That's like if somebody be like, oh, would you work with Jake Paul? Yes, because I'm going to make a lot of money. Do I personally like him? No. But am I going to make a fuckload of money doing it? Yes, I'm going to make a fuckload of money working with this guy. So, yes, I'm willing to do business. Like, I don't get it.
Yep. How about Billy? Do we think he is back?
I do. I know Skeet's been denying and
Yep.
he's been deflecting and rejecting, but I'm not buying it. I think that Billy will be in this movie. I think that he will be an AI or even a dream sequence, whatever it is, flashback. I think a lot of people are starting to kind of throw that idea to the wayside, and I think it's still very, very live. So, one way or another, I do expect to see Skeet Ulrich, Billy Loomis terrorizing Sidney Prescott, whether it's via a dream, whether it's via a voice call through the voice modulator, however he decides to make his fucking presence felt. I think Billy Loomis will be in this movie.
Yep. Heck yeah, I loved Sarah Michelle Gellar's dream sequence in I Know He Did Last Summer.
I did. I'm glad you loved it, Carrie. I absolutely hated it. I hated it because I wanted so much more for that character. You know what I mean? Like, I thought they could have done a way better job with bringing her back as a flashback. I'll say this: when I thought that she should have been a flashback or a ghost or whatever, is when we go to Julie's house and you see the pictures of Barry, Helen, and Julie, and Julie has those quick flashes of Helen's body and Barry's body. To me, for me, I would have loved if right after that happens, that's when you see Sarah Michelle Gellar So you think you're gonna save him, huh? Like you couldn't save and start talking shit to her, like it's all in Julie's head. You know what I mean? That's what I would have did with those characters. Like I felt like what they did with Sarah Michelle Gellar in that scene, that wasn't Helen Shivers to me. Like, yes, was Helen Shivers bougie? Was she uppity uppity? Yes. But was she unsufferable uppity uppity? No, you liked her. She had a personality. Like she had a working class personality to her too. And I feel like they just made her too like, yeah, you better fucking believe it. I'm Helen Shivers. Like, no, that's not Helen Shivers to me. Like, I mean, like I liked Helen Shivers. I didn't like this ghost version of her. I felt like it was such a departure from what we saw of the character in the original film.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why they did not get Ryan Felipe.
From what I heard, he didn't want to do it. And I'm pretty sure he probably wanted to. He probably heard the idea that they had for him and told him to go fuck yourselves because it wasn't any good idea. That's what I think.
And then Carrie says this.
Yeah. That is true. She looked quite fantastic. I'm not even gonna lie. I remember me and Destin like looking at that, like talking about that scene. I'm like, yo, bro, do you think they did some work? Did they de-age her? And he's like, I don't know. And stuff. I'm like, well, if they didn't, damn. Like, she still looks great. She looks fantastic still.
Heck yeah. Okay. How about Scott Foley? Do we think Roman's going to return somehow? Ghost, non-ghost.
Yep. I'm on the flashback train too.
Heck yeah.
I have this idea, and I'm making it into a video that we could see in Stream 7 if we're going to see the flashback of Maureen's death.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a video extrapolating how I think that plays out and what it could look like and stuff like that. And I'm excited to see what everybody else thinks because I think it would be spot on to what we would visualize in our heads that playing out with Roman, Billy, and Stu being there at the same time.
Yep. How about Jill, your favorite ghost face?
I do think it's definitely possible. I do think, the clue I said it in a video. Yes, the Stu clues could also be clues for Jill Roberts as well. The whole hiding thing. We know that in Scream 4, she literally was hiding underneath Kirby's bed. Well, Sydney made her, and stuff like that. And just the fact that Kevin Williamson never wanted her to die. He never wanted to kill her. He wanted to do more Scream movies with following the Jill Roberts character. So I do think it's possible.
But do we think that she's alive, though?
That's my thing. It's like, I'm 50-50 on it. Like, I can easily see her being alive and in a loony bin. I just would hope that if she's alive, she's not the one actively killing. You know what I mean? Maybe she's running the cult, or maybe she knows about Stu and the cult. You know what I mean? And she has information like that and stuff. And maybe she's kind of like this Hannibal Lecter type character, like we all envision for Stu to a degree. I will say this. I think if anything, if they're going to bring her back, it will most likely be like a flashback, or not a flashback, like a AI video, something like that. I just don't think at this point in time it makes sense for Jill Roberts to be alive.
And like Carrie said, Jill can go suck it.
I just don't think right now it makes sense. If this was back in 2012,
yeah,
it makes all the sense, in my opinion, because she wasn't shot in the head, and plus they had a completely different idea for what they wanted to do with the character. Now, revealing her to be alive would be a little too much, in my opinion, and stuff, unless you're going to have her locked away for good in the
Yeah.
fucking loony bin, but she knows a few things. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, King Matthew's a Charlie on the Charlie train.
Unfortunately, that will probably never happen up until the next time you will probably see Charlie in another Scream project will be my personal Scream project that I would love to do for that character. Unfortunately, I do not think we are going to get Charlie back. I'll say this. If they're doing the whole AI angle, I think every killer will be featured to some degree. I do, which means I do think there could be the possibility of hearing Charlie's voice or seeing an AI video, something like that. But in regards to bringing him back in the flesh, as much as I would love and probably freak out in the movie theater of that happening, I just unfortunately the ship has sailed, man. And I hate saying that. I feel like I'm just betraying myself just even saying that. Like I hate it, but I just you got to be realistic.
Meanwhile, Carrie's going bowling with Amber and Jill.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Ooh,
They can go bowling. Charlie could return in that Kirby spinoff, maybe in Nightmares of Kirby. I like that idea. I'll be down for that. You know
heck
what I
yeah,
mean? I would be totally down for that, man.
more Charlie.
That's what I'm saying. Charlie makes more sense to come back than Jill because of Kirby. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But you don't need Charlie to come back in regards to incorporating him with Sydney's storyline. This can just be between him and Kirby. And you don't need him to be actually alive. It can just be psychological. It can be all in her head. You know what I mean? Like, man, oh, that'd be so fucking cool. Man.
and then Carrie, I guess, is on the Charlie train. Maybe Jill missed Charlie's hurt and didn't actually kill him.
She
LOL.
did. And she did. And I know a lot of people will say, no, she didn't. No, go back and rewatch that scene. The fucking knife is literally in the shoulder area. Like I know it was a mistake. It wasn't supposed to end up that way. But guess what? It did end up that way. So she didn't stab him in the heart. Like even if she did, like you can still, especially if you don't hit the right spot of the heart, you can still survive that. But unfortunately, the ship has sailed. My boy Charlie most likely will never come back to kill more people. I make it sound so sour and so sad. Like, jeez. Oh man, that's my guy though. I love Charlie Walker.
Oh my god. Now King Matthew's like, Jill missed Charlie's hurt, like the TV mystery mocker said.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
didn't we like say something when we were doing the watch party of Scream 4 that like somebody like said in the chat that Jill probably missed Charlie's heart or something?
yeah, like you could tell. You could tell they meant to shoot the scene like she was supposed to stab him in the heart. But she
Yeah.
fucking missed it. She missed the mark. She missed it. It was literally like right in his fucking like right. I'm put to say the knife was like right over here,
Yeah.
right in the fucking man boob. Like it wasn't to her. Like yeah, Carrie. It just it sucks, man. Like I felt like Scream 5 and Scream 6 really laid some good brown crumbs. Holy shit. Some really good breadcrumbs in regards to my theory of Charlie possibly somehow, some miraculous way being alive. But now that
Jill can't see anything.
Kevin's back in command,
Yep.
certain things like that I don't think will be incorporated going further.
No.
You know.
And I think he's doing Scream 8 too, I believe, directing
Oh, he
it.
is. Yeah, he's signed on.
Yes.
Yes, it's going to be awesome.
Jill can't
I'm really hoping, and I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but I'm trying to get the information. But I'm really hoping that
Yeah.
I can fucking get myself, Destin, and a couple others out to wherever the premiere is going to be, so we can fucking try to, hit the red carpet, maybe get an interview or two, something. I would love to do that. Like, and just be there for the actual premiere. You know what I mean? And shit like that. And also, and that's why we would hope it's in California. It most likely won't, but I would hope it's in California because my whole idea was to the week leading into the release do content from Stu's house or locations set in the first film, and
Yeah.
then get footage of the premiere, maybe get an interview or two, and then obviously go to the premiere, Destin, all of us friends and all that, and just have an incredible experience. Like, and it's still very possible. I just got to figure out exactly where they're going to have the premiere at. Carrie saying I'm on the Roman train first and foremost, meaning I do believe he is a genius and he did everything Han Solo. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna be. I'm not saying you're wrong for feeling that way. I mean, because the guy was a fucking genius. I mean, I think Roman Bridger's awesome. I think he's arguably, and I know people will argue with this, he's the best killer because of how everything was structured. The body of work speaks for itself. He not only got motherfuckers to kill for him, got motherfuckers to kill his own mom. You know how sick and sadistic you have to be to hire people, not even hire, to convince and motivate somebody
Yeah.
to kill your own mother because of her own discrepancies and wrongdoings. But then on top of that, like my man was going to make a movie about this shit.
Yep.
I mean, like the dude was out of this world genius. But even some of the greatest geniuses need a little bit of help. And I'm sorry, there's certain moments where I mean he can be a genius all he want. I think we can agree, Carrie. He ain't no teleporter. He ain't got no teleporting skills. And there's too many times in that movie where it's like, okay, there's no way he could have gotten from here to here that fast. You know what I mean? I think in this one, they are going to reveal that Stu is helping him all the way back in Scream 3.
Yep.
I want to know, I really hope they do touch on this. Why, what was Roman going to tell in Stab 3 Return to Woodsboro? Why was Stu's house? Why was a replica of Stu's house being used? Why was it set directly across from Sydney's replica house? You know what I mean? And stuff like there's things in that movie that I look at now and I'm just like, man, they kind of set the breadcrumbs up for a relationship between Stu and Roman.
Yep. I also think Angelina was probably one of the helpers.
I do too. Like I'm definitely on that theory as well. And I think it would be really cool. I think it would be really cool if she's alive. Let's say they're both. I've always been on the hype train of if you're gonna go and reveal a past killer is alive,
Yeah.
fuck it, double down on it and give me two.
Heck yeah.
You know what I mean? So Stu and Angelina. I'm not against that. Ooh,
I know, because like when
about it, it could have been Angelina attacking Mindy in the fucking cafe. She's short. She's little.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I like this idea. You know what I mean? I do. You know what I mean? I like it. I like the idea, of that happening because, again, I think Roman, I don't think he was by himself. You know what I mean?
No.
I think he would be a lot smarter than that. Think about it like this. Why would he go against his own advice? Find a partner to sell out and, somebody to frame, something like that.
Exactly. Also, it's worth noting, like when Tom's house, and Jennifer's house or whatever, like it blows up, and then Angelina acts like nothing
She's all
happened.
the way on the other fucking side, and she's barely got anything on her.
And then Ghostface shows up prior or whatever, and then hides underneath the car. Then she shows up, so it's like coincidence much.
Tom was in the house. She geeked me out every time I watch it. I just like she's just like, are we safe?
Yeah, but it's really weird. Like I think
that Emily Mortimer is awesome.
And like I don't think we ever like see her like officially getting attacked, only like dragged or whatever. I could be wrong.
You see Ghostface take a swipe at her, but she's tussling with him, and then the next time we see her, Gail and Jennifer are looking over the ledge, and we see the knife in her shoulder, and then she gets drug away.
Yeah.
Hold on. Think about that. In the Scream 7 trailer, what did we see? We see somebody being drug away.
Yeah.
When in any other Scream movie outside of Scream 3, where do you see that?
I
We
don't
don't
know.
ever see it. I don't recall anybody else in any other Scream movie being drug away. Somebody help me if I'm wrong.
Was Tara dragged in Scream 5?
The only one who was being drugged, I'm about to say, the only other time we did see it in the original when Casey was being drugged to be hung.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. And stuff like that. I'm talking in regards to like being drugged to be killed. Like as in killed off. Like in the trailer for Scream 7, they show who I believe to be Asa Germain's character. It looks like he's about to die in that movement and he's being drugged off. Or whatever. Angelina's character in Scream 3, she's being drugged off after being murdered. So I don't know. You know what I mean? That's the only couple times we've seen it in the franchise, and both times it seems like it could be a fake out. I mean, I even said that in the Scream 7 trailer. Yeah, Asa Germain, he could die in that scene, but in my opinion, he could also be a fake out scene. We don't know. You know what I mean? So man, this has definitely been a fun conversation. Like all these characters, it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. I can't wait for it.
Who dies out of everybody, because like there's quite a few in like the to be determined section.
Right. I like how you did that too, because we don't know yet. We really don't, especially with Robbie and fucking Ethan Embry's characters.
Did Principal Hembry ever get dragged? That's what Matthew wants. No, he just got stabbed.
He just got stabbed and was like screaming, and then you seen Ghostface pop up in his eye, but we didn't see him get hung up on the goalpost. We didn't see
that. Okay, last but not least, how about Kirby? To be determined, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because we don't know if she's gonna even be in this movie or if she's not. She could be a surprise cameo.
What if she's Ghostface in this one? No, I'm kidding.
If she was, I mean, you got to give us something, and you got to give us something that was really good that makes fucking sense. You know what I mean? Because imagine that she takes off the mask and it's her. We're all going to be like, "What the fuck?" But God rest his soul. Remember Steven in the summertime? He showed that behind the scenes clip of where the fucking fairy princess where the fairy princess play is going to be played at the theater.
Yeah.
And remember, there was a clip, and it was you had to really look at it, but you can see somebody with blonde hair standing on the stage, and it looks like they were wearing a Ghostface robe.
Oh yeah, that.
Hayden has blonde hair.
Yep.
I mean, so that'd be fucking nuts.
Or how about Kirby could possibly be the legacy death in the film, and maybe her rumored spinoff is just a prequel.
That would be interesting, but where does she fit in this film? Like there's been no announcements.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna do it as like a post-credit scene or a cliffhanger, and her death is the post-credit or cliffhanger.
Or she gets stabbed and we won't know her fate until 8, maybe.
Right, something like that. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. We haven't gotten anything. maybe
Yeah.
we haven't gotten anything because that's the surprise. What if her fucking death is like the legacy surprise death of the movie? Like,
Yeah.
if that happens, though, if I'm being honest, Matthew, then that would almost ensure Gail's going to survive. And if that happens,
We're all gonna lose it.
I don't think we're all going to lose it. Me personally, it's like, okay, well, I get why you made the decision, but do you not just realize you fucked yourself for the next movie? Not trying to be ignorant. It is better to kill Gail off now and then bring Kirby back later because of where she's at in her life and where her character's at. She's an FBI agent. You know what I mean? Who specializes in Ghostface attacks. So if she's not going to be in this movie because she doesn't really know what the fuck is going on in Pine Grove right now, it makes sense for her to come into the next movie when she does have an idea. Gail, I'm sorry, is useless at this point.
Heck
It's
yeah.
over. Like, there's nothing else, in my opinion, what else outside of her writing that book about Dewey and giving her a hero arc, what else can you do for this character that merits her being in more movies? I don't see it. So, man, King Matthew saying maybe Kirby dies in Woodsboro after the B&B attack. Since Kirby is from Woodsboro, maybe she will be investigating there. I doubt it because remember she's stationed in Atlanta. Remember in Scream 6 they made it a point that she is stationed in Atlanta, like, and that's how she knew about Jason Carvey and Greg Brockner because she was following their online activity because they were from Atlanta and stuff. So yeah, I don't think Kirby. I think personally Kirby will not step back in Woodsboro unless they write it for her character to do so.
But somebody does call Sid from Woodsboro, like in the first scene that you see Sid in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, could that be?
It's Ghostface, I think.
Oh yeah, true. Because she records the phone message. It looks like.
But now you kind of make me want to go. Yeah, because it said unknown caller from Woodsboro, California. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. Yeah. So, but that doesn't mean nothing. I mean, it could be Kirby, right? Because she's from Woodsboro. Just because she moved to Atlanta doesn't mean she changed her Woodsboro phone number.
It probably is Ghostface though, and being like, look at the TV after the Airbnb.
Shit, I know quite a few people who live here, you know, in my city or whatever, that are from New York and still have New York phone numbers.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, you know, depends on what number they want to use to call from.
Yeah. Okay, King Matthew thinks they're going to save Gail for an opening kill in the Scream 8.
Possibly, but I don't see the shock value in that. I don't. I think it would be way more shocking if you kill her when it's unexpected.
Yeah.
We all would expect that she would, if she's going to get killed off in grand fashion, it would be like the opening scene. That's what we would all expect because the opening scene is always the tone setter.
Yep.
No, I don't think she's gonna make it that far. I just don't. That's just me. It's possible though.
Yeah.
Carrie said, "Is it cold of me to say I think Gail should have died in Scream 6? No, you're not cold at all. She should have died in Scream 6. I was campaigning that shit. Hashtag what did I put? Hashtag whether Gail Weather goes down or some shit like that. You know what I mean? No, you're not cold for thinking that. It's time. You know, I love the character and all, but the only way this franchise is going to really move on, especially if you're never going to kill Sydney, is if you kill Gail. You have to kill some of these other legacy characters so that the stakes are risen and so that Sydney, in so many ways, could be the lone one left out of the original characters.
Yeah. Nowadays, you can use an app to generate a phone number from the area.
That's true. Yep, great point, Carrie. That's also very true.
Heck yeah, Carrie. Yeah,
that is also very, very true. Damn, I forgot all about that. That's some old head shit right there, Carrie. Damn.
I think I have one for that, like a fake number.
I forgot about that shit. Damn. Thanks for making me feel old as fuck. I forgot all about because that's like I remember when that first came out back in the day. That was what like I think like late 2007s, like early 2010s, something like that. When
Maybe.
you were able to do shit like that with apps and generate phone numbers and call from a different area code, like wow, feels like it just happened yesterday.
Yep. Heck yeah. But yeah, Wayne does say something about Kirby not being with the FBI anymore.
Yeah, but they could write that as if he's full of shit.
Which
He
he
could have
was.
they could have they could have just be like, oh yeah, well obviously he was lying, like just to make Kirby look like a suspect. You know what I
Heck yeah.
mean? So, I mean, but you make a great point though, Matthew, because if she is still FBI, well, she's not FBI anymore. She could be in control of where she goes and isn't stationed anywhere. Yeah, that's true. She could be on her own like vigilante rogue shit. What do they call private investigator,
Yeah.
something like that. Private investigator Kirby Reed. I ain't gonna lie, that sounds better than FBI agent Kirby Reed. I'm sorry, it just does. I've seen Carrie's comment. I watched too much of the show Catfish. I'm so mad they canceled my fucking shit.
I
And they
used to love
better
that
bring
too.
it back.
Heck yeah. I used to love it too.
Yeah, Catfish is my jam. I ain't gonna lie. Catch is funny. Like it won't say funny because it is fucked up or whatever, but it's just it's fun. It's kind of enthralling. Like wow, like this is the lengths that I mean, and some people don't even mean it to be malicious. Some people just don't have the confidence to really be themselves and shit. And that shit's sad. You know what I mean? And shit, but it's entertaining. It is.
I know. I'm on Facebook a lot, and like there's loads of people pretending I'm being scammers, like famous people asking for
Oh
gifts
yeah.
for money. An ex of mine actually like scammed me out of like $500 a few years back.
See, that's no good. See, that's not cool. And that's another thing I do like about what they do. Like their show does that. They like expose people who are like scammers and shit like that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I think my favorite episode is with the two cousins to Kelly Price. The cousin catfished her own cousin because she catfished her own cousin who was homosexual and pretended to be a guy. And when she finally revealed herself, he asked her, he's like, why would you do this or whatever? And she's like, you shouldn't have called me a fat ass Kelly Price. I cried so hard. I was like, yo, they are so petty. Like, it's crazy. That show is funny as fuck.
What do you think about this quickly? Because like we're over the 2 hour, 30-minute mark almost.
Matthew saying I still don't think it was Gail who called Dewey that got Dewey killed. I think a Ghostface maybe cloned Gail's number and used that to distract Dewey, like how Ghostface hacks into Tara's house in Scream 5. It's possible. I don't see why. I mean, that's not like a bad thought to have or whatnot. I also don't think it's out of the question that Gail could have been just calling Dewey in that moment, trying to talk to him, trying to see where he was at, trying to fish for information and stuff like that. So I think both things could be definitely working in this regard. I think both are possible.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, see, Carrie knows what I'm talking about. You should have never called me a fat ass Kelly Price. This shit is gold, yo. That shit will
I'm like dying of laughter.
That's the best. Like that's the best one. It's the GOAT. That shit was classic. Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then just
shit.
quickly, I think Gail was trying to call Dewey. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I do too.
Yep. Okay.
No, I feel you, buddy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're about to call it night here soon too, because I ain't even gonna lie. That Chinese food is calling me, calling me.
Go eat it then. We are like past
No,
almost 2 hours and 30 minutes in.
hey, we'll finish up whenever you're ready.
Sure, like right now I'm tired too, I guess.
No, I feel you.
Yep.
Yeah, it is past midnight too, and I know that's like your cap right there. You
Heck
know what I
yeah.
mean? No, I don't blame you. Get that rest while you can. Me, I'm an insomniac, so I'll be up to like 2, 3 in the morning.
Yep. And then I just put your link in the chat to the Ghost Up to Ghostie.
I appreciate it. Anybody who's ends up watching the replay, if you're new here and stuff, be sure to hit the stream, hit the like button on the stream. Helps out Shannon a great deal. And also don't be afraid to come join and subscribe to my channel as well. Especially if you love horror movies, if you guys love horror discussions like we had here tonight, then you definitely do not want to miss out and stuff, because I'm definitely going to be I'll have a new video out tomorrow. After this, I'm going to heat me up some Chinese food. I'm going to watch me the last episode of Return to Derry. Well, Welcome to Derry or whatever and shit.
I haven't
And
seen
then
the episode yet.
everything's set for my video tomorrow in regards to my review of it and stuff. I will say is this: I absolutely love this show.
Heck
It's
yeah.
great. It's
I
awesome.
cannot wait for the next season already.
Yes.
Carrie has to go back to work, but this was fun. Stu's voice.
This was fun.
You'll love the new episode of Welcome to Derry. That's what Carrie just said.
Let's go.
I still gotta watch the new episode.
Yeah, me too.
And catch up. I've been doing like recaps
on finale. It's the finale.
No,
I know it sucks. But you want to know what's cool? You want to know what's good though, Shannon?
What?
Soon, and I want to say either right before or right after Scream 7 comes out, we are going to be getting Crystal Lake.
Yes.
So I cannot wait for that to come out.
Oh no. Carrie just said have tissues with you.
Oh man, come on now. Now I already have some type of feelings for how they did my boy Rich. Like, come on, man. Like, all right. I guess I'm gonna have to bring the tissues. Oh man.
Maybe they killed somebody else then, like another character.
That has to be. All right, yeah. We're gonna have to wrap this up. We ready. I'm ready to watch this joint. She said, have tissues.
I know, right? Like, I'm going to start crying just by reading have tissues. Because I'm not ready to say goodbye to the characters.
She says, I'm not saying.
Carrie, you're naughty. Carrie, you're naughty.
Well, Carrie, you're probably going to get a message from me here in like the next hour. Probably about 1:30ish and stuff. So you're either going to get a regular written message, or you might get a voice message of me crying. I'm just letting you know.
And me too, Carrie.
Why do you have to do this to me? It's not fair.
She's not going to spoil it. Don't worry.
Awesome.
Yeah, I hate like when people do. Yep, she wants you to tell her what you think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be sad because like we may have to wait another year or something for season 2.
Probably. Maybe. Yeah, around October next year.
No, I can't wait. Yeah.
Hell yeah! It's like I'll say this real quick before we head out. That's to me that show really surprised me with how well they did with this whole conundrum. I think for me, why I'm impressed with it the most is you kept the elements from the movies in regards to its relationship and confrontation with the kids, but you added adults and their stories to it. And that's what I was really hoping for with this TV show. And they've done great so far.
Nice. They're calling this chapters because this one said chapter 1 at the end.
Oh, okay.
So maybe chapter 2 will be season 2 or something, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
And then 3 will be the 1800s or whatever, because I think that's the timeline.
Oh, okay.
Or 1920s and like 1908, I think.
Yes, I get it. Yup. It makes sense, and it's also an homage to the last 2 movies. It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2. Yeah.
Did you know Tim Curry was afraid of clowns? That's why I recently.
He was afraid of them?
Yeah, and like he did not have any mirrors in his trailer when he was doing the Pennywise originally makeup.
Wow, I didn't know that. You would never think it with how well he played that role.
I know, but then again, if you've seen Home Alone 2, he's scared of a clown in the shower, like an inflatable one.
That's right.
He gets like
I
scared
forgot
of it.
all about that. But I didn't think it was like actual like real life. Like, you know what I mean? Like he
Yeah,
has
he was. He is.
wow.
Okay, some great Easter eggs in Welcome to Derry as well.
Awesome.
Heck yeah, I'll probably know a few of them. Maybe they'll do another Stephen King show as a TV series.
Pet Cemetery.
Or even The Shining, like Ray Nicholson, if you know who that is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I've never seen Smile, but I've seen the clip and he looks exactly like his dad.
Just like his dad. Looks
So like
just
maybe they could do a prequel to The Shining, like the first, like the cliffhanger that we got at the end of The Shining.
Yeah. Another Stephen King gem, in my opinion, Thinner could be a TV show as well.
That's my favorite Stephen King movie, I think.
That shit is it's wild. Like I love Thinner. Thinner is so underrated.
I was watching season 1, episode 4, Welcome to Derry. Like I think it's season 1, episode 4 or 5, where like you could see the clown backstory and like you see the shotgun or whatever. What?
Hold on. Wait. Say that again.
Like where you see like the launcher thing, like the slingshot, and I'm like Thinner.
Yeah, there. Yeah, I'm sitting there wait a minute for a second. And I'm just like, wait. I know what you're trying to say, but I'm just trying to like process it in my brain and shit like that. Like, nah. They had so many great Easter eggs so far in all 7 of these episodes. Like, I fucking love it. I will also say this: I love the whole slasher homage they gave with Pennywise in that last episode. That was awesome. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yep. As soon as I heard some of the characters' names, I'm like, oh, that's who they're related to.
Right. And did you catch this? Some of the characters' names and some of the actors are from the Saw franchise.
I know that the guy that plays, oh my god, Easton is in it.
The sheriff, Easton. Yeah, he's obviously from Saw 6. You have the military guy or whatever, the one who's the right hand man to the fucking head honcho, the one who pulls the fucking gun on the black guy in the last episode or whatever. He played in Spiral from the Book of Saw as a partner of Chris Rock. And then the black guy Halloran, Jigsaw 2017, Detective Halloran. So there's some Saw homages in there as well that I picked up on. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, all right, Bush. I was like, oh, okay, Andy likes some Saw. I like Saw too. Like shit. Yeah, they did a great job homaging a lot of stuff.
Now I'm gonna have to rewatch and be like, oh yeah, this person. Because like I said, I'm doing recap rewatches.
Yeah.
And like clipping some of the stuff out just because YouTube hates me sometimes.
Right. No, I know Dick Halloran is from The Shining, Carrie, but also in Jigsaw 2017, the cop who was kind of like an antagonist in that movie, his name was Detective Halloran as well. And then when you pair that up with the fact that Easton from Saw 6, as well as the soldier from Spiral or whatever, it's like I said, there's also some Saw connections there as well.
Heck yeah. Yep. Okay, now I gotta stretch. And look, Ghostie is right behind me.
That's awesome.
I know, because like there was like some kind of a filter thing.
Oh yeah, you can. That's the cool thing about StreamYard is they added a whole bunch of new shit.
Yep. Yep. Okay, that is all, I guess.
All right, let's say you ready to wrap it up?
Do you have any YouTube videos that you want to talk about that are coming?
I will be having my review for Welcome to Derry out. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to try to get that done as soon as possible once I'm done with this last episode. I also will be having, obviously, some stream content. I will also be having my Five Nights at Freddy's 2 review coming out this upcoming week and stuff. And then once we even get to like the New Year's and stuff like that, kind of recap in 2025, I'm also going to have some reviews for some movies that I have watched, like Him, Strangers Chapter 2, together that I haven't gotten to talk about on the channel yet. So I have some things lined up and all that stuff, and I'm excited to get to them. But I'm really excited to talk about Welcome to Derry, and I also want to go see. I think I'm going to end up going to see it Wednesday. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Oh,
Destin just watched it. Apparently, heard it was
yeah.
really good.
Okay, so Wednesday I'm going to grab me a ticket because I have off Wednesdays, and I'm probably going to snatch up my cousin and my nephew and be like, "All right, boys, let's go see what this movie's about." You know what I mean, and go hang out, eat some popcorn, and watch Rowan Campbell, in his Christmas suit, slash some motherfuckers up.
Yep. And I just posted your link again in the chat.
I see Carrie. I'm gonna say Saw would be an homage from Shining. All right, we'll take it. We will take it.
Wasn't there supposed to be a TV show based off of Saw quickly? Like, I thought there wasn't there?
I think they had ideas for it, but it just never came to fruition.
Yeah, I heard that too, Carrie.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that either. I'll probably watch it online because I'm too lazy sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I like brutality, so good.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it like online, like pirate it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm too lazy sometimes.
That's
like,
how I watched Five Nights at Freddy's too. I made a decision. I said either you're going to go to see Five Nights at Freddy's in the theaters, or you're going to go see Silent Night, Deadly Night in the theaters, or whatever. And I chose Silent Night, Deadly Night, or whatnot and stuff. And plus, I was just getting off work. This was Friday night. I watched Five Nights at Freddy's too, and I was still somehow, after a long day of work, still had some energy. I'm like, you know what? Let me see if it's on here. I checked, saw if it was on there. I said, well, fuck it. I'm going to stay up and watch it. You know what I mean? And shit.
Okay.
And I liked it. I'll say that much.
Yep. Nice.
Hell yeah.
I still got to watch that Five Nights at Freddy's too, and everything
I
else that you mentioned. Like heck yeah, my nephew made me watch it, the first one.
I love the theme song.
Heck yeah. And I think that there's a third already in the works too.
Mm-hmm. There is.
Heck yeah. Hopefully Skeet's back, like we said, backstage.
Okay, cool. Holy shit.
Okay, you're going to make me fall asleep on the stream.
Getting a little sleepy.
Well, it's like almost 12:30 a.m. here. I'm probably going to randomly like end the stream and then just fall asleep on my laptop. Why don't I? Like just... I feel like I did that once.
Yeah. I know I've came close. I've had to catch myself.
Night, don't let Pennywise bite. Night, Carrie.
All right, everybody. I am about to get out of here and stuff. Shannon, this was thank you so much for having me here on the channel. As always, we are definitely going to link up here soon. I'm going to say, what site did you just use for the tiers?
I can get it for you if you want. I can like send you it like if you want.
Yeah, send me a link because I'm definitely going to start using that so we can start doing that on my channel as well.
Yep, I'll send you a link to Instagram then.
Excuse me. Thank you. Hell yeah.
Or I can put it in the chat.
This was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun, just hanging out, having a conversation, tearing up who we think is going to live, survive, to be determined. I really like that last part, how you put a to be determined section, because I think so far with the lack of information that we do have, that's key, especially. So we're going to be doing more tier conversations of like this, especially regarding Stream 7.
Heck yeah.
But I'm gonna head out of here, Shannon. Definitely hit me up on Instagram and stuff. Everybody else, have a great night. Be safe out there. Stay warm. It's fucking miserably cold. And I will catch you guys very, very soon. I love every single one of you guys.
Peace.